figure in this room today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Alponda. Yeah. Welcome, Al.
Thank you.
And you sound like a cop too, right off the bat, real loud.
I do.
Yeah.
Say pull over.
Right,
Say pull over.
Right, pull over.
Oh, look at that.
You can tell in a cop voice, everything is hey.
Oh, come on now.
Your mids and bass are really clear. That's and also a good friend of mine. We've known each other for years. She's an author and a publicist, and she's played many roles throughout life for a lot of different people. But she is definitely good people. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is Miss Sabrina Childress. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, thank you, Sabrina, for coming through. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, now, guys, so we're on social media live. We want you guys out there that's listening. We want you guys to make sure you interact so that we can read your comments. Please share, please like, and follow the page. The page is Cool Out Radio, KOOLOUT Radio. That's the radio show page. And man, let's go ahead and jump right into it, because you'll also hear some of the stuff we're talking about on air. If you guys are not listening to the radio station, go to 106.3 Soul 106.3 or 106.3 Chicago. Follow us. All right, you guys. All right. So how much time do you got, Chuck?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. All right. See that, people know already.
I got
It was her.
I got my hand up. It wasn't me.
So first of all, by this being a hip hop R&B throwback show, we got to keep in line with the brand of the show. So the first thing I'll ask you guys, and I want you to be honest, all right? Now, there is an article that came out about Young M.A., who is supposedly or wants to play Queen Latifah's role and Set It Off. Now, I have no problem. Shouts out to all the young hip hop artists out there doing their thing, but I'm curious to know why Hollywood keeps trying to remake classics. Are you guys for classics or against classics? Because my point or my perspective is I've never seen a remake of a classic become a classic. They've never done it right.
Yeah.
So are you for Hollywood remaking films that are classics, or let's get some more imagination?
I'm not for it, but when they do it, I want to see is it going to be justice. Like Superfly, to me, it did it justice because it kept up with the times that was going on right now.
So they evolved it for the time.
Yeah, evolved it for the times, but you can't. I could never see them doing Coolie High again.
Yeah,
I could never see them doing, a couple of movies, even like New Jack City. They can't do it. They done Scarface over again.
Yeah, it didn't.
And I'm
right.
like, no, you ain't gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, it did not feel right.
I'm on Legal ID.
Legal ID. Okay. All right. That's my man Chuck. Chuck Money's in the building. He's the guy doing the technical producing. All right. So you'll hear him from time to time telling me to stay on point with time and what I gotta talk. But okay. Miss Alponda, what about you? Are you for remaking the classics?
It depends. Sometimes I think when they remake the classics, they tend to kind of make this twist, a spin on it that's a comedic twist or spin,
right,
to something that we were so used to in a non so comedic way. I don't know. I'm not for it. I'm just not for it.
She sounds like she wants them to make over fried green tomatoes. Voice that you have. Fried green tomatoes.
Sabrina Childress. Are you for remaking classics or are you for not making?
I am for not remaking classics. The reason for that is I'm like you said, a classic is a classic and it became a classic. Let it go, leave it alone. There's new stories. There's twists on new stories that you can have, and you can do it different ways. Just leave it alone. All right.
So let me ask you guys this: if you guys were stranded somewhere and all you could do is play one movie all the time, what movie would that be?
Oh man! Oh my God! Okay, so Road to Perdition.
Really? With,
yes, with Tom Hanks. That movie. It's a tie.
Okay.
Between Road to Perdition and Meet Joe Black.
Meet Joe Black was good. Yeah. It was long, but it was long, good.
That movie was good. Meet Joe, yes.
With Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Yeah. And if anybody has not seen Meet Joe Black, what that is, it's about the Grim Reaper who comes to Earth to collect on a death, and he winds up getting connected to the people or the girl of the family and makes a decision, or it's hard for him to make that decision. It's really a creative script. I do like Meet Joe Black.
He negotiates staying on Earth a little
He surely does. He really does. All right, wait.
Neil how to do karate.
He was
I
teaching
know
him.
kung fu.
Right.
Teaching him, but Morpheus was not fighting himself.
Well, I guess he's a fan of Samuel L. Jackson.
Mhm.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
they
Lawrence
can't take
Fishburne,
your-
I'm
they
sorry.
can't take your-
Lawrence.
I know.
Forget
I
me.
mean, that's what they can't take
I'm
your
sorry.
baby.
Lawrence and Morgan, I get them. You know, Lawrence, Morgan is Shawshank Redemption. Lawrence Fishburne is in Marvel movies. He's the not Kate. What is the dude? In, Nick Fury. Nick
yeah,
Fury.
Nick Fury.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. What
Yeah,
about
I
you,
should've
Baldhead?
known.
If there's one movie you can watch over and over again,
Fried
what would it
green tomatoes.
The Warriors.
be? The Warriors.
The Warriors or either colors. But I'm preferring the Warriors.
You old school for real,
Yeah.
Baldhead.
Yeah,
The Warriors.
You know he
That's
hosts
that.
old school
Yeah.
cinema. BaldHead hosts old school cinema on Sundays, right?
Yep. Every
Where they
first
like
Sunday.
pull out like super
Oh, I gotta
old
come,
movies.
but I have not seen the Warriors, and I don't know how long.
Like the Warriors.
Yeah.
And here's the deal to me: it was about gangs. What city was that based out of?
In New York. New
So it was
York.
about gangs in New
It
York.
was all the
gang
boroughs.
members
All
were
the
white.
boroughs.
I had a problem with that.
Wait, I think it was open.
But that was filmed here in Chicago. Now, my producer says that the Warriors were actually filmed in Chicago, but was based on gangs of New York.
I don't know how she said.
I
I don't know.
We're going to the break.
Okay, 6 minutes. Got
I
you.
know my brother had
All right, well, we have to do some
Oh,
research.
okay.
Oh, your brother was in the Warriors, Chiquita?
I'm an
Oh.
expert.
I just always, like, you know, that was old.
Her brother, her brother was the. Remember that when they was running and they had the voice and they say Warriors. All you boppers out there. That was her brother. That was her brother's lips.
All right, so
Damn.
BaldHead says Warriors.
Oh,
Yes,
damn.
Wow.
I was gonna get you in for 5 seconds real quick.
that's okay. Let me hear. Okay. All right, so BaldHead says Warriors. All right, so how much time we got before the break?
Got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. I got 5 minutes before my break. So in saying that, Warriors, they're all great movies, man. So now you guys have to be honest. What is the worst movie that you've ever seen?
Oh,
Real talk.
wow.
And then we're gonna take them listeners. Hey, you guys out there in live, let me know your favorite and worst movie. Your favorite and worst movie, so we can we can talk about that as well. Your worst movie ever. Now I'll tell you my worst movie. And shout out to Kevin Hart, but it was so funny. It was terrible.
Hey, you know they say it's still making movies. It's still making money
It's
though.
only making money because it
It's
was
still
the
making
worst
money.
movie with the
It's
best
making money
acting
It was
ever.
the most
It's making
bootleg
money.
movie.
It's making money because they're going back to see before.
Yeah.
He came to Chicago and was on stage in Leon Rogers' room right when that was on. And me and another brother went up before him from Detroit. Smashed it. They didn't know he was.
Didn't know who he was.
Anthony Mason was in the crowd going, boo, 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 boo.
He wasn't. He had a bad night.
He had a
But
bad
you know what?
night.
Kevin's
Yeah.
career is interesting because he took that bad movie and then look at where he is now.
Mhm. He just kept going.
Yeah.
You got to keep going on stage. You got to keep going.
Absolutely.
I want you. I'm like, do I have a worst movie?
A worst movie, Sabrina. What's your worst movie? Everybody got a movie that's bad. Also, there was another movie, The Last House on the Left. Terrible movie.
You ain't like that?
The last
They remade it. The remake might be better.
The old one I saw,
The old one was crazy.
I was 12.
You had to be
years old.
on. You had to be on coke.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what? Okay, the last Chucky movie.
The last
The
Chucky.
last
I didn't even
child
see the
play
last
Okay.
with the bride and all that and the kid. Like that was just stupid. Like
The last
it-
Chucky.
one. That was like the R-rated Muppet movie.
right. Like that was
Hey,
stupid.
you want to use the bed?
We talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Al, what about you? The last movie, the worst movie you've ever seen?
I'm gonna say after Blade 1, everything sucked.
After what?
Just got a problem with one.
No,
Wait,
that's
Sarah,
not true.
I got the
After Blade one, so you didn't like Blade
That's
2?
like the best Marvel people don't talk about now.
I know.
They ain't bringing him
Well,
out.
here's the thing about Blade. It came at a time before the Spider-Man.
Before Black Panther.
Absolutely.
But that was the first person that he fought.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
First person that Blade fought was Spider-Man.
No,
You go to the Marvel
Yeah,
comics.
I'm a
and the
comic
comics.
book
And the
dog.
Marvel
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Comic
the
book.
movie.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So in the comics, the first person Blade fought was Spider-Man.
Yeah, the first encounter that Spider-Man had with somebody was Silver
Now,
Surfer.
something else that's in comics that Marvel nerds would know is that Black Panther was actually supposed to marry Storm for X-Men.
Absolutely, that's right. That's
Yep.
because she was from Wakanda.
Right,
She
and
was
I
from Wakanda.
started.
So
Yeah.
that was from a comic?
Yep.
Yeah.
From
Storm was
Wakanda.
supposed to marry Black Panther.
3 minutes, cool out.
Yeah.
We're gonna take this break. We're gonna get it together. We're coming back and we're gonna talk some more. We want to hear some of your guys' comments. What's your worst And most favorite movie. What movie would you watch over and over again? You know another movie that I love to watch over and over again, and forgive me for saying this, Love and Basketball. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
Sanaa Lathan, her abs are beautiful.
Even in the sky.
Double or nothing. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's do this break. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the break. Yeah. Is this the end of it? We coming up on the end of it?
No, not yet, man.
So 3 minutes.
Thank you, guys.
BaldHead and Friend Podcast.
Okay,
We
Kanye,
are
all right, Kanye's birthday today too, guys.
getting it in
Hey, Mom.
with the radio station 106. Y'all see the background. Doing it in.
I got some
Cool Out
comments that
Radio.
work the best.
So tune in to Cool Out Radio.
Yeah, tell them to share. Okay, we're gonna read their comments. Make sure you tell them to
Yeah, I
share the
got a
page.
couple of them.
Cool
Share
Out
the
Radio
page.
Live. Yes, thank you.
Cool Out Radio. Go like Cool Out Radio's
My
page.
internet
Like
connection
it.
Shannon's live.
If y'all
Like the page.
follow BaldHead and Friends Podcast, subscribe right now. Subscribe right now. I ain't even gonna say the number, but whatever number that I pick out of my head,
My face look fat. Should I keep that hand?
you will get a gift. So when you subscribe, also
You fine, dude.
when you subscribe on BaldHead Friends Podcast on YouTube, I got you. I got you.
We on
Leah,
camera.
what's up,
Hey,
baby?
Mom, 1 minute.
Leah, what's up?
Stop looking like
What up,
that.
cuz? What's up, Jeff?
What I'm gonna do, Cool Out on
DJ
screen.
Antoine.
Like as soon as I get
I'll make sure y'all subscribe to BaldHead and Friends Podcast right now. You see the full thing.
And then I'm going to introduce them. So you guys, I'm going to introduce you on air. So I'm gonna say, yo, BaldHead, just say, hey, what's up, real fast, real quick. All
Okay,
right,
cool.
Y'all just be prepared.
We got 1 minute.
So you're gonna have to if you make sure no sound is on your phones or computers, so we don't get because we're going terrestrial.
Okay.
I'm on, you know, is these coming out my headphones too loud? That's the only thing I hear. The music, yeah.
No, I don't hit. We don't get near the feet. What do you mean? Yeah,
Okay.
you're good. Yeah, that's just crazy. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me know when we're ready, bro.
I was just saying.
We got Alfonso. We got comedian BaldHead.
What's up? We gonna make it on tonight.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can't hear me.
We gonna get it on tonight.
And my boy Dre Swoop said Vampire in Brooklyn
We gonna get it
on
tonight.
BaldHead and Friend Podcast. He said
Here
Vampire.
we go. Yeah. And we gonna get it hot tonight. Let me know when I'm ready. Record me. So 106.3, it's the basement. Man, and we got a bunch of folks hanging out, cooling out in the basement. The way a basement party should feel, should look like, man. I love this. Shouts out to my dude and comedian, BaldHead.
What's up? What's up, 106? We in here. We having a good time.
That's what's up.
Positive vibes, baby.
Also in the building, she is a law enforcement official. I can't tell you
Woo, woo.
where she works at, but her name is Al Porter. Hey!
Hey, that's Ponder. Come on now.
I'll ponder.
Come on now.
And also author and publicist, Sabrina Childers. Thank you.
Hey!
All right, so this is how it goes down, you guys. You guys have to go to the social media page to really see what's going on in the studio and hear what the conversation is. When I tell you that it's off the chain and it's lit, it truly is. Cool Out Radio, KOLOUTRADIO. Go to the page. We're live. We'll be live the whole show. You guys do not want to miss that. We're doing like 3 shows in one. The podcast, and we're doing a television show, and of course the radio show on the best station out here, man. I love this station, man. Shouts out to the Crawford family, Jay, Bam, Lil John, Mike, Red, all you guys, man. It's beautiful. Now, also, if you guys want to hang out and do something with the station, here's the deal. We want you guys to get your passports ready. Lady Red is doing an epic getaway. Soul Fest Cancun, October 30th through the 2nd at the all-inclusive 5-star hotel, Hard Rock Hotel and Resort in Riviera Maya, Mexico. Now, Frankie Beverly and Mays will be performing. Kim, Anthony Hamilton, Angie Stone, Moore's Day and The Time, and more. Payment plans are available. Here's what you got to do. Go to Cancun.com. All right, soulfestcancun.com. All right, this is the ultimate girls trip. Guys, you are invited. But I'm telling you, this is a big deal, you guys. Make sure you get yourself out there, enjoy yourself, because it's beautiful in Cancun. All right, shouts out to the family. My man Chuck Money's on the board. Brandon, Chiquita's in the building. When we come back, we got more music. Oh, and happy birthday, Kanye. We're going to play some of your music a little bit later on in the show. Today is his birthday. So that's what's up. I'm Johnny Starks, a.k.a. Cool Out, ladies and gentlemen. This is The Basement.
So I got a couple comments about worse than best.
Okay, hold on. We're going to come to it now. Let me get set up here. Then we come into the comments. What up? Do I look fat?
Oh my God.
Man, if you don't get out there.
Real talk. I'm trying to lose 40 pounds.
You starting to be like the women with the hair.
No, you don't look fat.
Thank you very much.
Fat.
But you know, to myself, I look too big, and of course, my penis ain't big enough. That's how we think. We think like that. Real talk. Now I'm good.
I don't think like that. I'm sorry. I can stand in the shower and I can see it. I'm all right.
I don't think it's not. Let's be honest. It's not one brother out there who wish they could have a couple more inches. Let's be serious, because that's like or girth or something. I'm just being silly. I'm fine. I'm okay. That was just a joke. Yeah. Let me just say that.
I never take that back. That's okay.
You can't take that
Go
back.
ahead. It ain't a joke if you gotta explain it, right?
Yeah, I need.
Look, I'm good, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I'm okay. Right?
It sound like you've been in the mirror saying that a couple times. I'm good. You're okay.
At least you got to feel
I'm
myself.
gonna drop it to the mix.
Okay.
If I can get you before that 38 seconds.
Okay, what's our first time? Okay.
That's what, so far you only got 38 seconds from that one song.
Comedian BaldHead, drop your hashtag.
Oh, right here. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
Go subscribe to BaldHead and Friends podcast on YouTube. BaldHead and Friends podcast on YouTube. Comedy over depression.
Come on, get
Comedy
in
over
there.
depression. That's it, baby.
Not on that one, on this one. Look at her, you know what? Just share it.
All right, so that brings me to
Yes,
All right, cool. Thank you, brother.
How can they find you?
I don't know if you can mention my podcast.
I can't mention it on that.
Okay.
I write
Okay.
the fiction.
But when we go to social media.
Yeah,
Right,
check it
that's what I'm
out.
saying.
I'll
BaldHead
find
and
you.
Friends podcast.
All right, so
Miss
recording.
Fabio, I
Here we
love
go.
these
Y'all ready? Here we go. So 106.3 is The Basement. This is the podcast, the TV show, and the radio show. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio, BaldHead, the comedian.
What up, baby? Yeah.
Al is Al Ponder, right?
Right, there you go. Ponder this.
She's in law enforcement. And I will mess up the name. I don't know. Forgive me. Al Ponder's in the building. Also, Sabrina Childress.
She is childish.
Have you ever looked at her last name? It looks like childish. It does.
I hang with her. She's childish.
Well, hold on. BaldHead, you can agree with me. Only in black culture can you name somebody something like Steve and spell it T-E-V. And it's no S and they say Steve. No, it's T. That's
People
T.
always
No,
change.
the S is silent. No, the S is never silent. We just change names around, things like. Anyway, that's another story. So let's read some of the comments. Favorite movies and worst movies ever. What y'all got?
Okay, so Eminem Clothing on Instagram says favorite movie, 5 Heartbeats.
5 Heartbeats.
Five
Classic.
Heartbeats.
Okay.
Worst movie, I Got the Hook Up.
No,
Yeah.
that hurt because I was just and I got to hook up.
I know you were. I know
That's not
you
who
were.
said that.
Look, part 2 is better because you're in it.
Well, I'm not a star in it. So
I mean, I'm not saying, just roll.
But
through.
I Got the Hook Up was the worst for them, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, shout out to Master P. He still made a couple million off
I
that
mean,
movie.
true. I mean, so did Soul Plane. So,
I don't know if Soul Plane made any money. I think they're paying money back to people.
What movie?
Soul Plane.
Soul Plane.
Oh.
They still listen. People still picking that DVD.
Like every time they play it on cable, there's a credit on my bill, $3.99.
That's the only movie that. That's the only.
Go ahead, boy, get it out.
That's
Say
the
it,
only
just say it.
movie that you don't gotta bleep nothing out.
Oh yeah.
It play on BET. They say everything.
Do they?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it ain't
I
nothing.
never watched no
It ain't really
BET.
nothing you
Because ain't
gotta.
nobody else watching it on
Right.
BET.
I caught it on BET on accident. I was going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I was like, that's Soul Play. Cut the TV off.
But I will tell you, I do think the concept of Soul Plane was good. I just think that it could have probably been written better. It may have been written too fast. A lot of times that's what happens with movies like that, because the concept is dope. But I think sometimes too much ghettoism or ghettoing it out can lose the fun of it.
Yeah.
Everything that's ghetto is not fun. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
real.
5 minutes cool out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Okay, we got 5 minutes. All right, we'll go. Move. All right, so whatever we got. All right, comments. Here we go. All right, so Alicia says, Alicia, tell him he knows his answer. Her answer to what?
Favorite and least favorite.
Oh.
Go ahead, drop the comment.
Your little funny joke.
No, we ain't. Shay, we're not talking about my funny joke. Sisters
No.
should not be talking about their brother's private parts. My
What
favorite
happened in
movie
the
is,
house?
Teresa says, my favorite movie is Lady Sings the Blues, and the
Okay.
worst
Ooh.
is the remake of Carmen Jones. One with Beyonce?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't see
I didn't
it.
see
I didn't see the
Carmen
remake
Jones.
yet.
That's why.
That's the one where they
Oh,
rap everything on it. It was on MTV. Remake
Mm.
of Carmen Jones, I think, was most
Oh,
definitely.
really?
Yeah.
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 All right. Charles says, Pootie Tang was the worst movie.
Hey, hey, shout out time.
Sarate, baby. Sarate. I forgot about Pootie Tang.
That was.
Huh?
Did you like the movie though?
No, I didn't like the movie, but it had some great sound bites because everybody is Sarate. Everybody's saying that.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen Pootie Tang.
You've never seen Pootie Tang?
Well, when he
I've just
whipped,
seen the
let me tell you,
commercials.
funny
Like
thing, he
the
whipped that
delivery.
belt out. That was hilarious to me.
What?
When he was whooping that dude with that belt.
Oh.
That was hilarious to me. And then he just put it back in without you. I was like, that's that belt my mama had.
All right. So what's more comments? Any more worse than our favorite movies in there?
My boy, on my YouTube, he says, Vampire in Brooklyn. Worse.
Oh, Vampire in Brooklyn.
Cardine,
Yeah.
Harrison,
I just saw
Eddie
that.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Eddie
Yeah, that
Murphy
was
was
pretty
making
bad.
a lot of movies, and not all of them were good.
That army, that
I think
movie,
it was a
Vampire in
good
Brooklyn,
check.
and that army movie he made was horrible.
What army
It was
movie?
called Tank. It was
I don't even
worse.
remember that
Yeah.
movie.
It was horrible. He was in the army. He was driving a
Now, I
tank.
heard that they were trying to remake Vampire in Brooklyn at one time.
They need to not do that.
Now, I know that they're remaking or supposed to be remaking Coming to America.
Yeah.
Or they're doing a part two.
They're doing part two.
Yeah.
Part two, okay. I can deal with part two. Just
Mhm.
don't
Not a
remake
remake.
it.
Because him and Arsenio gonna be in it, so you know.
Now, movies that I wish would have had two. I wish Harlem Night would have had it too. Harlem Nights was good. I wish that would have had it too.
Yes.
I kind of wish Love and Basketball would have had a part two.
What they
No,
would have
what, I mean, what
Well,
else
they
can
would've did.
do?
Had a-
I don't know.
Double
Big
or
Thing.
nothing. What do you mean? We needed to
Absolutely
know how
not.
they
Again, that goes
ended.
back to messing with a classic. Don't mess with
Yeah,
it.
the
No,
We
baby.
needed to
When you
know
do a
how
part
they
two, that's different.
ended.
They had a baby and they
We
retired.
needed to know how they ended.
Best Man 2, y'all remember Best Man 2? Or what was it? It wasn't
Christmas,
Best Man 2. It was
Christmas
like
song.
something Best Man.
The Best Christmas.
The Best
Best
Christmas.
Yeah, that was
And
good.
then she ended up dying though.
It was good. Somebody had to die. Sometimes
Why
death is
somebody-
good.
She had to die. She was the one that got cheated on.
Because that's why she died.
Wait, BaldHead.
She cheated him first. She was the first cheater.
No, she didn't. She only cheated because he cheated.
But no, she
Yeah,
cheated
so
with his
that's why they
best
didn't
friend.
have a movie.
See,
She
they-
cheated with his
why
best
y'all
friend.
need
That's
another
why
movie.
she died. Karma came.
What did he left with the kids mourning?
So what? He was a millionaire. He's had money.
So
I
the money
will
was
tell you
taken.
this. Like that two of the Best Man Holiday. That's
Thank
what it
you.
was.
Best Man Holiday.
It did hurt because you don't want to see any of your
Right,
characters.
right.
Right. Like everybody was in love
Hey,
with all of
The
them.
coldest part for me was when she asked Terrence Howard,
1 minute, 30
what
seconds.
you gonna do, brother? Who you gonna have?
Right.
Uh-uh.
Let us
That
do
hurt
this
me
break.
right there.
Right.
Oh.
Let us do this break. Let us do this break, you guys, real fast. Oh, that's funny, man. What's your favorite movie and what's your worst movie? Best Man Holiday, y'all should never have let her die. Who wants to watch
They
a classic
should.
where you feel that's terrible? That's terrible. You didn't want her to die.
You know what?
Could have did
I'm
anything.
going with
She
it.
could have had anything.
Miserable.
How much time we got?
Oh, well.
1 minute.
Why they gotta be
6
Even the one that
seconds.
was like,
Oh, this is 8:06, 8:44, right? All
Right.
nobody looking at your
38
funny
seconds.
shape butt.
right, here we go. Here we go. Step by, you guys. Get ready. Hit me up.
And let me know if the headphones be too loud for the people that's wearing headphones. Okay? You all good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Keep it moist. Whatever happened to Bobby Valentino?
I can tell you.
Here we go. So 106.3, it's the basement, baby.
Oh!
Ones and twos is my dude, DJ Silk. Somebody tell me, where is Bobby Valentino?
Yeah, got caught up,
I
man.
have not heard from Bobby Valentino. But we got so much more music coming up. Make sure you guys are following us on social media. 106.3 Chicago on Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
All right, you guys. And don't forget to follow us on Cool Out Radio on the Facebook page so you can really hear and see what's going on. Right now, let's get back into the mix, man. Coming up, MC Breed, Ain't No Future in Your Front and Classic!
Hey. Ain't no future in your front.
Somebody
Busta Rhymes, then MC.
Somebody said they should have made a Boys in the Hood too.
Oh, a Boys in the Hood, too.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second to get that.
I got you. Hey, Brandon, do me a favor. Press pause on that CD for me, bro. Right there. Okay. I got it. I need it now, but if you see it probably roll when we come out, I'm trying to conserve that time. Just if you see it, but I know to get it done. All right, cool. I'm about to set up for the next recording.
Okay, go ahead, hit it now. And then let me know my name.
Okay.
All right. So we on the podcast 106.3 The Basement. This is In the Breaks the podcast with my man BaldHead, Al Ponda, Sabrina Childress. What were you saying, BaldHead? What was one of the comments you got?
One of the comments I got was that they should have made a Boys in the Hood too.
A Boys in the Hood too. Now it's interesting. How would that? What would you think that would even look like?
I don't even, because everybody died, didn't it?
Yeah,
Cube died.
The Doughboy got killed
Yeah.
later in the
What was they gonna make? Trey just working in the mall and I don't understand.
3 minutes.
I don't know. Man, any more comments? Anybody got something? What we got?
That's funny.
All right, nobody else.
That's funny.
She watched Warriors today. What up, Teresa? Hey, make sure you guys like and share the page and invite people on. So, in the news, guys, as we change gears a little bit, earlier this week or last week, big story, young lady was holding a baby in the street.
Yeah.
Car drives up and shoots her while she's holding her baby. Now, it's interesting that there really is only 6 degrees of separation out here, man. I got tagged on a funeral post, and I was wondering, why would I get tagged? Come to find out that, and shouts out to the Stephan sisters, because we used to hang out with them. They're like family. Me and my brothers used to always go there. This is one of their sister's daughters. So I know them, man.
Wow.
24-year-old, and I was heartbroken.
2 minutes.
Heartbroken. And not just heartbroken because they took her life, but heartbroken because our young men are stupid. What is wrong with our Black culture? And it's only happening in Black culture because we're not hearing about drive-bys in Highland Park. We're not hearing about drive-bys in the predominantly white suburbs or any other culture. But for some reason in African-American culture, this is all we hear. What the hell is going on? BaldHead, you come from the streets, you know the hood, man. What's your take on stuff like this, man?
It's a lack of a lot of things, a lack of parenting first, because everything starts in the household, a lack of the old rules of the street, the old code of the street. You roll up on a chick, you see her with her baby. You see the guys you want. Right then and there, it should have been a pass. Should have been a pass. Should have been like, yeah, y'all out here, y'all look at this baby out here. Put your head in.
It's interesting you said it because I've heard people say that before, like, there are no OGs out here to control a lot of these cats.
There are.
But the dude that was in the car, I think one was in his 20s and the other one was like
39. He's 39.
Yeah.
What? Sabrina?
You know what? I hate to say this the way I'm about to say it, but it's just the way I feel. At this point in our society, I'm really starting to feel like the people who pull these stunts, because homicides, whatever you want to call them, bring back the death penalty. Can we just execute them?
Let's hold that thought. Let me do this break. Hold that thought. We're coming right back, you guys. Hold that break. Hold that thought. Let me do this break. 13, 2, hold that break. Oh, okay, here we go. Ready?
Can you hear now? You hear?
They don't know what you're saying.
So 106.3 is the basement, man. Call me bad. I want to sex you up. I remember when that came on in New Jack City, everybody was geeked off that song. Right now, you're listening to my dude, DJ Silk. So much more coming up. Make sure you follow us on social media. 106.3 Chicago on Facebook and Instagram. Let's go. So 106.3.
Woo! Yeah. Make sure y'all go to
Like,
YouTube.
share, follow, comment on the
Go ahead, Frank.
What
Right.
did you have? That's the worst.
So,
Come on,
Also, what were
106.3.
your thoughts on
Get it in.
the
106.3.
gun violence?
So we don't get too
That's 19 on 5, so we got 5 minutes left on the day.
Okay, I want to get back to Sabrina's comment. All right, let me. So, hey, what up, guys? So, Sabrina made an interesting comment. We were talking about the young lady who was killed,
Brittany Hill.
Brittany Hill, who was killed over there on Division in Massasoit, and we were talking about how they feel about that. Black culture, we're the only culture that's doing this to ourselves. Now, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the problem is. No, I don't know what the answer is. I do know what the problem is. The problem is not caring for other people. We do have a lack of empathy and sympathy, and it's something that you can't force on people, a lack of sympathy and empathy. But I do think we all can play a part on it, because Sabrina says something, or no, BaldHead says something about parents. Maybe we have to be held accountable as parents. Where are our children? What are we doing? But I know that this right here hurts everybody. Everybody was touched by something like this, because you're thinking she's holding her baby in her arms, and they leaked the video, and you saw it on Facebook, and I was just shocked at what I saw. Then he gets out the car, and it's like, I don't know if he continued to shoot. I know he pointed.
Yeah, he was shooting.
He continued to shoot in the same direction.
And my thing is, what did she do that was so bad that says, I got to take her life while she's holding her daughter?
She was there.
I mean,
Because no one else got hit. They didn't even. They rolled up and hit her.
They were targeting her.
I don't think they were targeting her. They were just dumb.
Improving with these songs, because we got to get the songs out of this.
Go ahead, BaldHead. Tell them what you said.
I don't think that they were targeting her at all. I think that they was just so dumb they didn't know what they was doing, and they just saw her pulled over, shot at the car, trying to get the guy in the car. She was there. They had no vision of her or that baby there.
To
And then
to be.
So wait, BaldHead, are you
I
saying
think
they
they
had
had
blind
reason now, because
Are you
because
saying
the
it was
baby
blind
actually waved at the car. If you watch
That's
the
what they
video,
said. Absolutely.
she
Yeah,
waved.
but a baby
Before
gonna
the gunfire.
a baby gonna wave. A baby gonna wave at anybody. They
That
just
means
gotta
they
go back.
seen the baby.
Yeah,
So
they-
they
yeah, the
had
baby
full
seen them too.
knowledge of what they were doing.
Yeah, they seen
Well,
it.
no,
But my thing
I
is-
think BaldHead is referring to blind rage. Like,
Yeah,
you know what you're
yeah.
referring to? Like,
whatever they were
so
mad at them
focused
for,
on
it was like they out here get them.
yeah.
They had to get 'em.
I
A
mean,
girl on my block got shot 2 or 3 weeks ago. Whole face was ripped, tore off.
What?
Yes, and she was smaller than Brittany and younger than Brittany. She might have been
ripped off.
because the bullet that hit her and it went in her jaw. Her whole face right here, bam. They had to do surgery. She got this long, pretty, beautiful black girl. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And then none of the dudes get hit.
Now you are in law enforcement. Let me direct this question to you. As a police officer, what is your take on what you're seeing? How does this affect you as a police officer? Because you guys see and deal with so much, from attitudes to behavior. But it has to be more than just more police. What is going on from your perspective? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Al Ponder. She is with law.
That's a little bit difficult to answer. I mean, that's such a it's a it's an answer that so many people are studying and trying to answer. And what is that solution? You know, so it brings about this negative discourse between the community and policing. And what do we do in the policing world better? How can we respond better? How can we train our officers better? That's always a question. And so just trying to bring that sort of connection between policing and community, that's a struggle. That is just a struggle.
My thing of it is, this ain't got nothing to do with the police, because you know
No.
they march when the police shoot a person. And somebody marching now for Brittany's situation and anybody else's situation like that. Where the Black Lives Matter at now?
Yeah, I think right now what the discourse is between the community and policing in this Brittany Hills case is just because of the leaking of the video. Who leaked that video? And was it law enforcement that leaked the video? And my question is, where'd the video come from in the first place? It looks like it came from someone's house.
Someone's house. It was somebody else.
Yeah.
So could not the person who had the home, you know, like leak the video?
Yeah.
Well, they think it's law enforcement that leaked it.
I'm
just
glad
curious.
the video got leaked because dude got caught that day.
Hey, I'm going to bring you. He letting this ride all the way out, I believe.
Yeah. So hold on. Let us do this break and we're going to come right back, guys. All right, hold on.
You playing some sexy.
You don't have to have it on because I can hear you in the background.
You're right.
Yeah.
Let me know when we go. So 106.3, it's the basement.
Baby.
My bad, Silk. I don't want to step on you, brother. I did not know you was coming in like that. My bad, Silk. So 106.3, it's the basement, man. Shouts out to my family hanging out in the studio. BaldHead, Al Ponder, Sabrina,
Childress.
You guys make sure you hear what we're talking about in the studio. You've got to go to the live feed, Cool Out Radio on Facebook. Man, you know, the Brittany Hill story is what everybody's been talking about. The young girl on the west side of Chicago that was shot holding a baby. The video was leaked earlier this week. And come to find out, I was tagged in the video. And I was wondering why I was tagged. Then as I did some research, I realized I know the family. I know who they are. Shouts out and condolences to the Steffens family. This is my friend Bernice's daughter. And I was like, wow. And you just never know how these tragic events connect to you. You know, because we walk around with blinders on. If it ain't around me, I don't know nothing about it, we good. But sometimes, even if you're trying to walk around with blinders on it, it's still going to hit you dead in the face, man. I don't know the answer, but I do know the problem, that we don't have any answers. That's the problem. All right, coming up, we got more music, and we got a song that's specially dedicated to Miss Brittany Hill. Coming up, we got a song specifically to you.
All right.
My heart goes out to you. Real talk. I think a funeral was yesterday. Make sure you guys, if you're listening at home with Alexa, just simply say Alexa WSRP 106.3. You guys can access Soul 106.3 through your Google Home or song services. Man. Yeah. So much, man. That's emotional. It's kind of hard to do this break, talk about her, and go right into the music. Yeah. But, you know, we're going to do it. We're going to still do it, you guys. I'm Johnny Starks, a.k.a. Cool Out. Coming up next is my man, DJ Infinite, my man from the West Side. Coming up next, man. Shouts out to Silk, High Speed, so much more coming. We got the sickest 6 DJs ever seen. It sounds better. We're still working on that name. I'm Johnny Starks, a.k.a. Cool Out. And this
20 times.
is the basement!
What up, Esther?
I'm thirsty.
Hey, Michelle.
All right.
So,
Comments. I got some comments.
here in the Friends podcast, we are intertwining with 106.
All right, so
Beverly Chester.
hey guys,
Three.
I'm gonna read some of the comments y'all have, but here's some of the comments that people are saying about what we just got from speaking about. Charles E. Ramsey says public execution.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Really, public
I'm with it.
execution?
Not public,
No.
man. Don't do public.
Well, I mean,
They do public.
you
They
don't
do
wanna-
public
you don't
killings.
want to traumatize more people.
Wait,
though.
that's
what I'm saying.
So when you
Yeah.
do public
Yeah.
killings, why not have public execution?
Let me tell you something, man. They doing public killings. They're not having no qualms. They're not having no regard when the enforcement of the law starts really not having no enforcement,
Hold up, let me check the
same thing.
Yeah,
It's gonna be some change.
You want to traumatize more people?
Yes, I do.
You want to traumatize?
Let me tell you why.
Put the fear.
Let me tell you why I want to
Is that what it
traumatize.
is? Okay.
I want to
Okay.
put the fear in the next person's heart so they will not do the same thing.
Okay.
I think it should be something where they do it and they put a big sheet of paper on them and say, the rest of y'all go to school.
That just
Schools would be crowded.
Wow.
They'd be knocking on the door. I want to get, they just killed Ray and Pookie now. I want to get back to school.
So BaldHead says public execution since they're doing public killings. Sabrina definitely doesn't agree with that, but BaldHead's ideology is that, look, put trauma onto them. They have to see the consequences in order to stop it. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, Sabrina.
I mean, I don't agree with public execution simply because, again, the traumatization of the whole point is right now these children, these young people, even the old people, whoever, society at large is seeing
Who's doing the killing?
different. No, listen. If I'm a grandmother and whoever took that video, for example, right? They were out their window. They saw this lady get shot, right?
Do you know grandma?
No, but listen, hear me out. They saw her get shot. That's trauma to that particular individual. If I've never seen that before, and now I just watch somebody die in front.
Let me
So
ask
I
you.
get it. Like a firing squad, they just give you the bullets and you know who shot it.
But let me ask you one thing. You said grandmas are seeing. You're talking about grandmas that saw slavery. They saw public lynching. They saw all of that.
Right, and that
And I
was
guarantee the trauma that they doing now ain't nothing from what they saw. Them people saw way more than we can understand. And that's what they know.
I'm for the death penalty. I don't think public beheading
Man,
should be a thing.
I don't want to behead them. Stone them to death.
I mean,
bury them up to their neck
Sabrina,
inside of a
Sabrina, let me
jewel.
ask you guys this now. Now, Al, she says she's
I'll
for
take
the
it
death
back.
penalty, but will the death penalty matter to people who
Nope.
don't care?
Nope.
When life don't matter to them, would death penalty really matter?
And let me know and get that Anthony mix.
I mean, honestly, when I say, let me take this to another level. When I say death penalty, I don't mean like lethal injection, right? Where they we're like we're
You
gonna
talking about some old school medieval death?
right. That's what I'm saying. Like that's your firing squad. Take it out of the street and put it, you know what I'm saying, in the cement
Let's
box.
even go
And
further.
But how different is that than public execution?
Because you have
that BaldHead was talking about.
specific executioners and it's not in like a
You was
public
trying to
forum.
still be soft in a time when ain't nothing to be soft about.
I'm not
I want to chop their head off,
It's
chop
for
their head off,
more
and put it at the beginning of the
drama
block.
for the kids and the, you know what I'm saying, society.
Kids
at
need to
large.
see that.
They don't need to see
Yes, they
somebody
do. I bet
being
you they won't.
shot.
I bet you
If
they
I'm
not
a
doing
good kid and I didn't do
Sabrina,
anything wrong,
I bet you they won't do it.
Let me
How about the electric chair?
Al,
I mean, bring back the electric
Al,
chair.
Publicly.
Al, you're in the police
I mean,
community.
I'm good with the electric chair.
In the public though, let's shoot them on the
No,
porch.
no. Yeah, I'm really
public forum.
no
Stop
in a
for a
public
second.
forum.
Did we stop?
Well, yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
can. I mean, it can be in a public forum.
Yeah, let's shoot them on the porch.
All right, wait a minute. So
No.
Let's have a barbecue.
BaldHead says
Yeah.
public execution.
Well, of course he
Sabrina
would.
says
Of course.
death penalties that are excruciatingly torturous. Al, you're in the police community. What would you think would be the best way to handle these type of tragedies?
Well, being in law enforcement, again, law. So BaldHead, I mean, I'm thinking this is, barbaric and we're civilized. We're supposed to be a civilized society. And so I do think bringing back the death penalty might be more effective in bringing back those options of lethal injections or the electric chair. And it might be more effective because since we don't do them in most states. Yeah, I do think bringing it back might be
50
more
seconds,
effective
cool
to that. So yeah.
Coming
like
in
that.
between.
Okay, well let's
Mahogany, Tupac.
Hold on one second. Let me do this break. Soul 106.3. This is the podcast in the breaks. Let me do this break. 1 second, guys. Hold on. Mahogany. Soul 106.3. Classic Eric B. and Rakim Mahogany, man. Make sure you guys are following us on 106.3 Chicago on Facebook and Instagram. And this next song is dedicated to the family of Brittany Hill. The Steffens family, the fathers, the mothers, the relatives, the friends. Soul 106.3, our heart goes out to you.
Yes.
Let's go.
So let's come to a medium. You said you don't want to do public execution.
Correct.
You said you really ain't with public execution, but you kind of with it. Let's do it on cable TV like they do the wrestling
Really? Are you
match.
doing
So
like
people-
right.
Oh my God, a
So
pay-per-view?
pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
So hold on. The people that want to see it will pay for it.
All right.
Making money. Now, America with making money.
You know
I
what?
guarantee you they'd be with it if they want to kick it off.
That sounds
Yes,
like what's that show on
Well, why not? We
the one
legalize
where everybody for
gambling.
24 hours.
We legalize
Look.
marijuana.
Let me tell you something.
Let's go ahead and put public
Men-
education on
24 hours.
TV.
Men
Yeah.
can kiss men in
Yeah.
the street everywhere now. Let's get it on and bring it all out.
Okay.
We went from execution to a kiss. That was
BaldHead has a lot of anger. So
I'm really passionate about that.
No, I'm just joking.
I
I'm just joking. But what I'm saying is, these are very harsh times. We've been soft forever. These kids are different. The rules that molded us 30 and older are dead and gone. We have to be more harsher. If you ain't gonna be more harsher, you're gonna keep getting ran over. So we supposed to keep marching. And marches ain't even the same way. Them kids that you talking about, you don't want them to see them. They saw that video. That video went viral, and there was more videos. If you go on YouTube, there is really nothing that can't be seen on YouTube now. So something being publicly seen, you don't even understand the strength of these kids now because they done got more stronger. I'm just saying, trap for 6 months. Trap for 6 months.
Here's some of the comments. Charles Ramsey says, rest in peace to the young lady and his condolences to her family. He also knew one of the cousins. BB says, I really don't believe these people feel they have anything to lose. So BB has a little bit of she's giving them the benefit of the doubt. She said these people must feel like they have something to lose. It's hard to regulate a population that is angry, hurting, and ignorant. Okay. Not to mention psychedelic drugs. We are at a time with psychedelic drugs, basically. Lean, alcohol, et cetera, et cetera. She says they do not care and they don't feel there's anything to lose. You're going to jail with relatives and friends with 3 meals a day and no rent or mortgage. So some of these, what she's saying is that some of these guys might really feel like, oh, going to jail ain't nothing. Because now, I'll be honest, with the way our society is, they wear being in trouble like a badge of honor. You know, we almost, and not to say we do. We sensationalize doing things on the street, criminal activities, misogynistic views. We do. We have to stop saying we don't. We do. We do it in our music. We do it in our movies. So we're responsible. Wait, BaldHead.
Dudes or people will give somebody a homecoming or coming home from jail party, but won't throw a party for a dude that's going to college.
Whoa. Okay. That's
So you tell me. These times are totally different. It's a lot of things that have changed. So you can't look at it and do the same soft stuff because you've got nothing now. I'm just gonna keep saying times have changed. So I think the law should be more harsher on
Queen Latifah right now.
what they got going on.
Okay, let me just say this. I feel like at some point we have to realize that the people who are currently marching right now, or people like you mentioned marching ain't doing nothing, is because they don't have an end game. There's no end game when these people march. They just, okay, we're gonna shut down Lakeshore Drive for a day. But after that, okay, then what? They all said that nobody knows what's next.
Marching is now exercise.
Exactly. Like there's no end game to any of these.
What's your end game? What you mean? What's your end game?
When I say what's your end game, what is your plan? What are you supposed to accomplish? And how is what you're doing going to accomplish, your goal? Like what is your end game? Your plan, right?
So if I'm marching for whatever the purpose is, my end game is to bring about awareness. My awareness is to bring about the awareness to those that are in a position of power to invest in my community, to invest in my ideas, to invest in what I'm trying to do. So if I don't get that done, if I'm not marching, if I'm not out there, if I'm not making them aware, what else am I supposed to do? I'm going to make them aware by stealing. I'm going to make them aware by robbing, by shooting.
Here's the problem.
So we have these two sort of awareness. Which one do you want us to do? Which one do you want?
What I'm saying is make them aware. Okay, here's a prime example. The domestic violence bill that came up, right? All you had to do was call your congressman or your senator. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That is an end game because my congressman or my senator needs to know
But my congressman ain't doing nothing but
listen,
robbing and stealing.
You can say that, but you can't say that if you never tried. If I never picked up the phone, if I never put the energy into, hey, let me actually, you know what I'm saying, enlist myself as a voter.
Basically, the outcome of what you're saying is they're not coming together. Nobody's coming together. Nobody has an end game. So change it
now
to violence.
No, let me interject because BaldHead sounds
and
like
that's
somebody
what
off
got
of
us
Game
here
of
in the
Thrones.
first place.
One of the Starks.
In all seriousness, Sabrina has a point, and I want to remind you guys of talking to the mic. Remember, we're doing a podcast. I was recently at a Walmart here in Chicago. The Walmart, in my opinion, is probably the worst Walmart I've ever been to. I'm not gonna say the address where it's at. But then I was talking to somebody and I kept asking, why is this Walmart so bad? The customer service is bad. You know, it's not organized. It's not clean.
Right.
It's really dysfunctional. But when you got a bunch of dysfunctional people in an area, nobody realizes that it's dysfunctional. But somebody said that with African Americans, we don't hold each other to the fire. We won't say, hey, this needs to be cleaned up. Why is it trash sitting in front of a business and you want us to spend money? Now, with our counterparts in other cultures, they will write letters. They will go out and complain. And sometimes when you've been on that receiving end of complaining, you probably say, why don't they mind their business? Why do they do that? But if we don't, and I do agree with you on this, Sabrina, if we don't go out and ask or complain or say stuff about change, it will never change because we are a culture who we can sit in the worst conditions and make the best of it. Yeah. Like just real talk, we can. Yeah. Look at the hood. I wonder, you ever go to a neighborhood and you see all the garbage on the ground?
Oh,
why won't anybody go out and just pick up the garbage? Because it's not mine. I don't know, but we can live in it. We're fine. But yet the overall look is terrible on us as a community. Yeah. So there are some personal things that our culture has to do if we want things to change. And when it comes to, this is just my opinion, when it comes to crime and individuals out here doing ignorant stuff, I don't hate to say it, it falls on the parents because those parents are responsible for the upbringing of your child. Not everybody's going to be perfect, but we have to hold parents responsible when their children are out there acting bad because you're not taking the initiative. You're thinking, oh, somebody else, and it could be numerous issues because you got kids with no families, you got, dysfunctional homes. But it starts with the parents. Why is it that when we were younger, our parents, there wasn't as much? And you always get this, like it took the whole block to raise the kids. You didn't have as much of this as you have now. Nowadays, you got daughters, mothers, and grandmas partying in the club at the same time.
They knew the fundamentals of the rules that respect started in the household. Respect started, with us. And then you couldn't do nothing. Like, prime example. There was a lady across the street from my great-grandmother's house. She's still alive now, Miss Virginia. I walked on her grass, and you would have thought, she told me, you ain't gonna make it till you see 16 if you walk on my grass. And so every birthday right now, I go and let her know I got a little older. She said, I'm still here too. And she told me, no matter how famous you get, how popular you are, you still that boy across the street to me.
Yeah.
You still Emma's baby boy. So it's like a respect factor. I don't curse in front of her. It's a couple of like 2 or 3 more elders on the block that I don't curse. And if I see anybody disrespecting them, I go haywire.
But they don't do that anymore every place.
Right. Because a lot of the laws that they came out with, when they made our parents, some of our parents, fearful about putting that strap to us or checking us.
Okay. And
they let these kids have a voice. All of these, I don't know a kid now that if you say something to them, they'll say something back.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
I told my daughter, if I left her, clean your room up. I'm watching. I said, look here. You gonna either clean that room up or you're gonna be on the news. You've never been on the news before.
So let me ask you this, guys. Do you think our culture or the world itself has become way too sensitive?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. And you think about it, I mean, like social media. I think the kids today just has a different way of being raised. They're being raised with social media. So you have this sense of, I have to have so many likes. So what does that do? That goes to one's self-esteem. If I don't have these sort of likes,
Mhm.
you know, and now they're battling on Facebook or whatever the social media is. So excuse me for Facebook, but they're battling because they don't have this. They're you know this beauty product, this whatever it is. And so social media, everything is out there. Social media to me sometimes is like a carrier of an infectious disease. And you can't, so once it's out there, it's out there. And what do? You see children being raised with the TVs in the back of the vans because what? No one wants to talk to them. Everybody has their headphones on. No one's talking. Everyone's at the dinner table, phones out. Everyone's at the restaurant, phone is out. It's just a different way of being raised. The social media, you know, just the temperament, everyone's impatient or feel entitled and so forth. The millennials, I guess that's what it is, the millennials.
It's crazy. You can sit up and it's some people that don't even watch TV no more. So they get their news off social media, and some of the news, majority of the news on social media is fabricated. I went crazy one day because my cousin called me and said, man, Trump is going to end child support. I said, what? I'm voting for him. I'm going to vote for him. I'm going to vote for him.
Right. And you
I am going to vote.
Right.
So
and
I
you're
said,
looking at something on Facebook like a picture.
Now
it's not even true.
He called me and told me this. I said, so what channel is it on? Because I'm going to try to watch the news. I'm going to watch the news for later on. So I seen it on Facebook. I said, if you ever call my phone again.
Can we,
right?
I just want to say this. I get that social media does play a large part in our society today.
Right.
However, the blame social media is a vehicle, right? You can't blame a car for a car crash when somebody was driving. You feel me? Like you,
right.
Yeah.
But they do have some responsibility.
I mean,
right?
they do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is we put so much emphasis on, it's social media, and then we say it's the parents, which I get, right? Because again, you're raising your children. But let me just throw this little, fly in the Metamucil. There's it's not just kids, right? It's more adults, if anything.
It's true.
And so they teach
them.
You know what I'm saying?
They see
it. But so
they
you
talk
can't
from what
say,
they see now.
It's the parents. Like just in the example of the Miss Hill, the young lady that was passed away, right? A lot of people, these kids, these boys, where they parents, and then they find out the dude was 30-something and 39, and the young is 24. So it's like they're grown adults. You know what I mean? Like they're grown adults making these horrible decisions, and the adults are just as bad. So if the adults are already making bad decisions, we can't. Can we really be mad at the children? Yes, we can. But can we really be mad at the children?
Now, when you say adults making bad decisions, shouts out to everybody on Facebook. We're going to come to y'all comments because I see some writing coming up. But here's a story that when you say adults making bad decisions. So Young Thug, he was in the news this week.
Mm-hmm.
His daughter's mother decides to let her daughter drive the car.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a young kid, and she's video recording her daughter trying to drive a car, sitting on somebody's lap. Now, we already can think about what could happen if a car comes past, she doesn't know how to, handle the wheel. But again, when we talk about adults making decisions, and you see this all the time on Facebook or social media where we're doing stuff to get likes, to say, oh, wow. And I don't know if it's a need for intention or whatever it is, but there's something the matter when adults are saying, let me do the wrong thing just so I can get attention or I can get likes. And Young Thug wasn't happy with it because so the story is that the internet was in uproar over video footage showing Young Thug's daughter behind the wheel of a car. In the clip posted on social media, Thug's young daughter is seen barely able to see over the wheel, nervously driving down a road. Seconds later, the hand of a woman with yellow fingernails can be seen straightening the wheel out for the child. Question: what have you seen from adults or kids that disappoint you greatly?
First off, that's the same kid that the mother put on social media before and said, what you say? She said, I'm tired.
Oh, she cursed?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know it? Go Google it. What happened to you read to your kid?
Yeah.
Good point.
You ain't got no calculator? Because you stupid. You don't know how to do it. And I'm a prime person that has a daughter. I have daughters And I have a daughter that her mother has done some stupid stuff, and it made me look like, I said, hey man, why did you do that? She wanted to do it. What do you mean? You're supposed to guide her away from that.
Yeah.
And if you can't guide her away from that, I try to guide her. We need to be on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't care that you don't like me. I don't like you. I've met a lot of people that I don't like later on. So, but this child has to be better than us. The thing that's lost in parenting now is your child is supposed to be way better than you.
Supposed to be, yeah.
And your child should be way better than you. But you got women that are jealous of their daughter.
Really?
Yeah, you think your hair looking like you think you. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. Now this is gonna trip y'all out when I'm gonna say, but it's real. When do you see an ugly kid in a situation? You never see an ugly kid. You always see a pretty girl, handsome young boy in a situation.
What do you mean? What? Okay, when you say
Ugly kids don't.
Attractive people.
Yeah,
No,
attractive
I
people.
get no. What I'm saying is when you say in a situation, what you
A
mean?
situation like getting on social media, doing something stupid, in a situation where they hurt, people are not watching. It's a lot of jealousy going on with parents. It's a lot of jealousy going on with parents. They might have not got as many gifts as that kid got. They might not got that much attention. See what I'm saying? You put a picture of your baby on Facebook, it get a bunch of likes. Put a picture of you on Facebook, you ain't get nothing. You jealous. It's a cult. And I can't explain it because I could never be jealous of my child.
Yeah.
I'm be proud and honor my child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tell my daughters,
Yeah, I'm all good.
y'all are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do the joke about you look like me, you don't look like your mama.
Yeah.
You know, I be telling my daughter, I'm glad y'all don't look like me because I'm a man. I don't look like no man. But at the same time, it's a lot of women that don't have that love and understanding or that nurturing that they were supposed to have for their child to make their child feel. Why you think you got so many self-conscious, low self-esteem kids? I've never seen a kid with low self-esteem like that when I was coming up. Everybody, all the girls in my class thought they was pretty. You got kids out here ain't got, oh my God, don't let nobody say you ain't got no edges. Who you talking to? You ain't even got no edges, girl.
So, here's another story, you guys. We're going to come and we want to read some of these comments off the various pages to see what some of you guys think. So just bear with us. But here's a story that will probably make you sad. Mom killed baby with fentanyl in the sippy cup so she could relax and smoke weed.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
I heard that.
Yeah.
What is the matter with these parents? Again, it's the adults, and I don't know.
But is it new? Is this new though? I mean, we've been hearing, what was that? Robitussin back in the day.
Yeah.
But fentanyl?
Fentanyl.
I'm just saying. I mean, there's always a new medium with each time.
These mothers don't have the mental capacity to care and put their child first.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them. I'm not gonna say all. A lot of them don't have the mental capacity to understand your child is first. Your child is the most important thing going on.
Raising babies. We've heard it.
I don't even think they're raising them. They just got them.
Right. They just got them. No.
He gonna be with me. I got his baby. This
Right.
is JoJo's baby.
You know what?
That ain't JoJo's baby.
Well, I don't know.
I gotta be JoJo's
But
baby.
I will know that, the more you think you've seen everything, the more you see something that you've never seen.
Right.
So also, there's a story, as we were talking about just what's happening out here. So if you guys are going to restaurants on the south side of Chicago, police warn of armed robberies. You go in these restaurants, people are coming in and robbing the whole store. So you think you might be about to get an Italian beef, and somebody walks in there with a 9mm, and now you're giving all your money. I don't even know who carries money anymore. Or your credit card, your phone.
Well, they be
you're a cop,
cards
so
now.
she still
Listen,
carries
you
money.
gotta get some
Carry money and you carry a gun.
Right.
Yeah, you carry money and a gun now. But it's sad, and I don't know where the answers are going to come from. We're going to go to some comments. Anybody got comments that they want to read? Somebody might have said.
Yeah, my girl,
Go ahead.
Exit in Nature on YouTube said we must constantly talk to our children.
I agree.
That is very serious. We need to talk to them, show them by example. I mean, wake up, put love in their heart, put love in their ear. Man, let them know that they stronger than they think they are. And let them know that you got their back. Let them know you here for them. Don't be just ignorant. Yeah, somebody put their hand on you, we gonna kick it. No. Talk to your child. Let your child know about, defend yourself. But at the same time, hey, is it a way we can stop this? Do we gotta fight?
Yeah.
You know, and I agree with you. You know, I'm one of a very large family. So let's put it this way, more than 9. And my mother didn't make over $10,000 a year. One thing she did was always talk to us. Grades. We sat down and we talked about grades. I didn't say I got good grades, but we talked about the grades. I didn't say I had good friends, but we talked about those friends. She knew where we were. You know, you was in the front of that house. You was playing. Don't go around that corner. You know, say please, say thank you, enunciate your words.
Well, it sounds like it's just, you know, we're losing some of the standards that we had when we were coming up. I mean, but it seems like it's getting worse. Sure. I mean, and I'll be honest, through history, you can always dictate what's going on with the generation by listening to the music and seeing the movies. You know, and that's and we may not want to admit it, but the music that we're putting out there influences these kids. We listen to music of cats that sold drugs. Now we listen to music of people that's actually using drugs. It's getting worse and worse. And I love music, but I'm hating to hear the messaging. I heard a song once, and this girl said, I don't want to say what station, she was like, I will put a hickey on your penis.
What?
And I would stop the car and call her mama. I had no idea. This is on hip hop song.
Wait a minute.
She used the other word. She said, I want to put a hickey on your penis.
It's a song?
This is in a song.
Yeah,
it's in a song. Yeah.
Who made that song?
I don't know. I'm gonna go hard.
But just like Chuck says, it goes hard. But think about, when you liking this song, that stuff gets absorbed. Like, and you can't be mad because when we were coming up, we had our songs that had, NWA, talking about F the Police, and so of course, but maybe what needs to happen is parents need to get more involved in the music and what the kids are absorbing to help them understand how not to absorb. Because you're not going to stop the music. Go ahead, Al.
No.
It went 3 ways. It went 3 ways.
You know what? I have always been taught not to. I've been called a prude.
Yes, you are.
You are. But no, like I don't dance to music. I've never danced to music that calls me, that calls me certain words and say certain things.
Says, bitch, you're not gonna dance.
No, like I'm, like everybody let a Too Short song and they be
But here's the difference though.
Even with the, certain thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I won't dance to it. Now, what I do in my private life, something else. I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna be in the middle of the club, you know what I'm saying, twerking it up. Come back, no, because words mean something. So if you out here, I can't get with it. I've never been able to get with that. And people be like, "Oh my God, you're so."
Ain't nobody really expecting you to get it like that. We don't care.
First of all, really,
we don't care. Listen, let me
No,
explain something to you.
I'm a church.
It went from 3 different things. It went from rap music went from black power togetherness. It went from being a gangster, selling drugs. Now it's going to taking drugs.
Using them, actually.
Using them. Yeah, I'm like, what are they talking about? I did not know what Percocet was until I heard. I asked myself, I was like, what's that? He was like, yeah, that's some drugs.
I used to work at Walgreens.
What?
Well, let me ask you this, BaldHead and Sabrina and Al, and let me be the devil's advocate. Is that any difference than gin and juice or chronic?
I
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes, it's a difference. Okay, let me tell you. Can I say what the difference? The difference of it is alcohol. Alcohol is one thing. Weed, you've never in the history of weed. I don't even smoke weed. Sold it a lot, but I've never heard anyone. White lines is cocaine. He didn't say that. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. No, I'm trying to tell you. Weed don't make nobody do nothing crazy. Alcohol mellows something, has different effect on people. Now you talking about cocaine? Cocaine was not. Well, cocaine was not a black drug until it turned into crack. You're talking to an ex-dealer. Stop.
And you say that sitting next to a police.
I said an ex-dealer.
Hard duty. But here's the thing is that, okay, they're different, but music has always been an image of what's happening in society. Unfortunately, it is popular to do Percocets, Molly's, and all these other drugs. But that's when do we say, okay, we need to stop? Now, I had an interview with Game. Me and Game was talking once on the phone, and Game said this. He said he loves the new artists that are trying to make money and coming up doing their thing. But what he hates is to hear them talking about using these drugs, because that's where it becomes influential to a serious problem. Because we can listen to Blow the Whistle or Gin and Juice, and if you drink that, that's fine, but we're not finna get out there and turn up and do it because they said it. We had some consciousness about the music. Nowadays, it's like to get famous, you got to push the envelope. Like for now, you know, when tattoos started, they was cool. Now people getting tattoos on their face, on their neck, on their head.
Yeah.
I seen a beautiful girl with a tattoo on her face, and I just thought, like, wow, really? Like, what in your mindset said that I need this tattoo on my face? What type of peer pressure made me finna jack my face up like this? Because what's gonna happen is when you get a 30 or 40, you're gonna be like, maybe I shouldn't have did this. And it's too late. Tattoo removal does not remove the scars. It's not.
You know, it's cool out.
I got 2 minutes before break. We got so much more to talk about. All
that.
right, we're going to read comments. We're going to focus on comments right now. Some of the things that people are saying, because I see some stuff. And then we're going to come to break and do some more subjects. All right. Thank you. Shaki, do you want to read them? Comments? What do we got?
Okay, let's go back to the drill again.
Right.
We're going to Alicia.
Alicia, what up, Alicia?
She said her bro called and told her that she knew her, and I had someone send me the video in Orlando. She's talking about to deliver bad news. She also said we shouldn't play God with the death penalty.
We shouldn't play. Now that's interesting. You shouldn't play God with the death penalty, but you got. How fair is that? You know, not to say that the death penalty should, but what is the consequence for somebody beside life in prison? Because, like somebody said, they got family in prison, they get in bed, they can work out. Somebody shoots a woman like that, or shoots anybody, and they just go to jail. How do you think the family must feel of the victim and of the? Let me hold on. See, Shay, you gonna have me start talking. Let me do this break real fast. We're gonna read more comments. Here we go. All right.
Like, share,
please, like, share.
follow.
My face looks fat in the video. Keep getting that close up to it.
Stop with that.
Be right back.
Come
on,
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Take control of her. Talk on it.
What
She
up, though?
don't take control of my
Yeah, I'm about to.
Got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, he has. I'm about to hurt him.
You maybe want some water or something?
No, thank you.
Both y'all going to the bathroom at the same time?
Oh.
I'm messing with you. I'm joking.
You are
See,
lying.
he started. Your boy gonna come back.
Escort is my job.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I don't know if we're gonna let him back in the
Here we go.
jail. BaldHead is something else. He got issues. You got issues too.
So 106.3, it's the basement. Yeah. All right, man. Yo, we're in here talking about old school movies. We're talking about Brittany Hill. Old school movies that was the favorite, like Love and Basketball, Boys in the Hood, 5 Heartbeats, and movies that were terrible. Soul Plane. The Last House on the Left. What was another movie? Somebody said that.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Pootie
You guys
Tang.
put
They said
that Pootie Tang. That's right.
Terrible. I tell you what. I will tell you this though, but it's nothing like those memories, man. Shouts out to the DJs, DJ Infinite, man. The music that we're pumping and man, we got you guys turning up to brings up a lot of nostalgia. You think about where you came from, what you were doing at the time. And shouts out to Infinite, man. I heard Nina Sky in there. He had in New York. Also Dennis Ferreira. Infinite is trying to slip in stuff. He wants to see how you're gonna notice his music. He's working on his plans. I called Infinite today. He was still listening to his mix over and over again. These are artists. These mixers are artists, you guys. Make sure you check them out. Follow them on social media. Shouts out to DJ. Coming up next is DJ Big Pat. We're gonna see what he's put together for us. Also, I got tickets. Got tickets coming up, and you don't want to miss it because it is what is it called? Let me make sure I get this right. It's a Big 3 winning weekend, man. Big 3 winning weekend.
Q.
All right, DJ Pat is coming up next. You guys remember this though. Chicago, get your passports ready and join Lady Red for the epic getaway Soul Fest Cancun, October 30th through November 2nd at the all-inclusive 5-star Hard Rock Hotel and Resort in Riviera Maya, Mexico. Performances by Frankie Beverly and Stone Morris Day and The Time, and so much more. Now, payment plans are available. Go to soulfestcancun.com. You are invited as well. I got a chance for you to get tickets, so don't go nowhere. I'm Johnny Stocks, aka Cool Out. This is The Basement.
Yay! Good morning, mixtape.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a question.
You have a question? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I got it.
What's your question?
She do y'all good. What you do?
You say what?
I can't.
I'm not dealing with this.
Shouts out to everybody on live. How many we got right now? What up, Crease? What up, Crystal? Crystal, I want to get them in the studio. I love them, man. My girls.
Chef B.
Jason, Amanda.
All right, so here's some of the comments. Y'all got comments? Anybody got comments you want to read?
I got no comments. Yeah, I switched over. To another page.
Mary Ann, Chanel, Jessica.
All right, what you got, bro?
What's the topic that we're talking about right now? So I don't know.
Read some of the comments. What you got?
I don't got no comments. I'm trying. You looking good, and that's something for me.
Hey, you crazy, bro.
It's less yelling, less yelling, more conversation.
That means y'all talking over each other. Thank you, whoever said that.
No, not us. Talking about the kids. We're talking to the kids.
Look at
you trying to go?
I'm sorry. I'm in producer.
Wow. And he the producer that told us to be wild and right.
No, but go ahead. She said less conversation. Okay. Yeah. I saw something one time, and I've always said this. It was a little girl in a little motorized car. She couldn't have been no other than 3 or 4. And they had a radio in her car, like she was stunned, like she was driving in her car with the radio turned up, and a couple dudes walking behind her. You know what they were playing out of this 3-year-old girl's toy car, blasting in the big parking lot?
What?
Future Unedited.
What? No.
And I was like, yo, this is when a red flag should come up. These are not parents.
Yeah.
Like, think about what you're saying. Think about what's going on, man. But but again, shouts out to the parents that are doing it, because I do know some parents who are.
You're one of them.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That was a setup. He said that, so you said
You are too bald head.
I did not say that.
I don't like my bald head.
But I will say that
we
gotta shout out those successful parents that we don't hear about, because in we all know somebody that has a difficult relationship with the co-parent.
Me?
Yeah.
Do you for real, BaldHead?
Boy.
What happened? Break it down. Talk to us. Some
people are bitter and mean because of their life.
And
I had a daughter mother that did not believe. This is some person. I stopped selling drugs to do comedy.
Okay.
And I had a conversation with her. I was like, I'm not going to be selling dope no more. It was comedy. And she looked at me and was like, you know how long it's going to take you to get some money?
Wow.
Right when she said that, I walked up out of there.
So wait, let me. You used to literally used to sell drugs.
Yeah.
Why did you sell drugs? I'm curious to know what made you start.
I wanted some money. What you talking about?
Okay, but that's how most cats think. They want to get quick money.
I was getting a lot of money. I was doing a lot, and the environment that I came up in, and the time that I came up in, it was hustle. Okay. I didn't have to, but everybody around me was doing it, and I've seen it was more. I seen it was more. Man,
it was easier.
Yeah, being in school was like. Well, and truth be told, back then, it wasn't easy actually selling drugs. Because it was hard being out in the streets, because anything could happen. But when I got locked up and went to jail, Minnesota Correctional Facility, and I saw one of my daughters grow up through some pictures. And I was like, no, I can't come back here. That's a lot of stuff. A lot of things may not want to come back. So when I changed my situation and I was with this one lady that my daughter is 15 now, I told her I'm not going to do that no more. And she actually was like, what? Went into a whole thing, We broke up. Now, I would say 2 years later, I pop up on Comic View.
Okay.
Then she want to have a conversation. I think I was wrong for what I said. And I was like, well, no. I want you, like they say now, I want you to keep that same energy forever. I'm going to still do what I have to do by my baby.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. And another thing of it is I do for my kids on my time and with my pockets. I'm not finna jump because you want to understand it's 2 of us. Oh, you wanted to have it? Go get it. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Them 2 things, I'm gonna get my kids what they need first before I get what they want. You know, you need school clothes, you need long johns, you need a lot. You don't need.
How important was it for you to have a good relationship with the mother so that the kids could see or have an example of a healthy relationship?
At one point in time, it didn't matter because they were younger. And the same daughter that I'm talking about, when she started getting promiscuous, then her mother wanted to try to do the co-parenting. And I was like, she's 14 or 15, it's too late. She didn't actually, I told her something. I was like, she already tasted the forbidden fruit. So it's
the forbidden fruit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, let's be real. Once you start having sex, it's over with.
It is. It's like
over with.
It's a tainted world. You look from different filters when you become sexually involved. What age did you lose your virginity, or did you start having sex?
Lose my virginity, boy. I gave some. No, like 13 years old. Pueblo, Colorado. My boy Beach helped me out. Beach hooked it up. What's up, boy?
So you lost your virginity at
13 years old.
Al, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
40.
What? Hell?
He did a movie.
That was yesterday.
No, seriously, Al, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
I'm 16, I think.
16.
Yeah.
Where is that individual now that you lost your virginity?
I was funny, so good.
Okay. Sabrina, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
Gosh.
23.
20 something.
Now, you look like a 20. To be honest.
No, real talk. Yeah.
So about 20?
Oh, you look like you're finna cry.
No, you know what? Because that's why I said I was always called a prude. Listen, my parents, my mother, real talk. My mama, like, I was scared to, like, I didn't want nobody kissing me. I didn't want nobody touching me. For the simple fact, I don't know what you got. I don't know where your lips be. I don't know where your hands be. Literally every time, even after sex ed, you took sex ed in high school. I thought when I looked at my hands after gym, I thought like I had like a disease because like my hands was I was that person.
Checking your skin.
You know what I'm saying? So when I dated somebody seriously, like I was like, I'm not kissing you for like 6 months. I ain't put no talent, but I was like, I'm not you kiss my hand. Yeah, you well, whatever, like I'm no, you but I'm
kiss your nasty hand. You even thought your hand was diseased.
But it was really all about me. For me, my relationships have always been about getting to know the person. The person. I don't.
So okay. So how's it now?
Oh, it's amazing.
No, what I'm saying is, do you try to get it now? Do you try to make somebody wait? Are you on that same path that you was back then?
What you mean?
You busting down like
her husband.
Like what you mean? He in here like, thank you, Jesus.
How long have you been married?
16 and a half years.
Okay. Was that your high school?
16 years.
No. We've been together for about 20 years. We met my freshman year, my first day in college. I met him. He was a sophomore. I was a freshman.
Hey, I'm praying for that man. I rode from Inglewood to here.
Yeah.
And you've been with us 16 years.
You know what?
Jesus Christ. I wanted to jump out the car.
Alright, so, okay.
So no, I'm just saying, like I said, but that's why I take relationships so seriously because it's not a game for me. You know what I'm saying?
But relationships should be serious.
Like,
unfortunately, I'll be honest, and BaldHead probably can attest to this, that us men have a different perspective of relationships. We're not emotional about men aren't. We sort of we fill it out. If you like it, if you don't. But I will say this, that if there's a woman who doesn't hold you accountable, then a man will do whatever he can.
Yep.
Now,
And it's only
What
a
do you mean
certain
by hold
woman.
accountable?
It's only a certain woman. Listen. It's only a certain woman that a man is going to listen to, want to hear, want to understand. Every woman ain't for that. A lot of women are just for real.
Here's my
And
thing.
my cousin will
If-
see
if
y'all on Facebook.
People keep saying like, oh, I want this romance and this relationship. I want that. Oh, y'all got such a beautiful marriage, relationship, whatever, right? And to me, I'm like, I guess he always says he's old fashioned. I am too, but my thing is like, if you want that, then you need to have that old fashioned romance. You know what I'm saying? You can't skip over that part and then say you want it and then be doing the, as you put it, the, you know what I'm saying, and thinking that's gonna get it for you. Like, no, if you want it, go all the way in. Now, don't get me wrong. There's urges. There's, you be like, ooh, I'm really, I'm on the edge or whatever the case may be. But again, if that's what you really want, then go for it. But you can't half-ass mess with it.
No, you good on social.
That's in the Bible.
So let me now. We always talk about relationships. All right, we want to hear some of the comments. Anybody say anything?
Oh,
we're trying to.
Hold on. One thing I gotta explain though too
Yeah.
is now in this time of day, it's so many way more sensitive and emotionally corrupt men than it was when we was coming.
That's an interesting concept. Hold that thought. I'm gonna come back and ask you about that. Go ahead. What you
So
say?
Sarah Ellis said BaldHead is the truth in Chicago.
She said,
give him props. He's naturally funny.
What up, Tara?
You know what? Whatever. Get your
Teresa
That's my
Bishop
sister.
said, back in the day, grandmothers were 50 and over, not under the age of 40. Parents are young and they haven't matured. So how are they going to raise a child?
I know some grandmas that's 30.
Babies raising
Some minutes cool out.
Okay.
Coming up soon.
That's what we talking about.
She also said, what if they start choosing black men, whether they're guilty or not, just to say they solved the crime?
Talk about the police.
They've been doing it.
No, that was the death penalty thing.
Oh, the death penalty.
Yeah.
They've been doing it. They've been executing them in the street already.
So most of these comments were on the death penalty.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me do this break, you guys. We're gonna come right back. Make sure you guys like, share, and comment. 106.
Like, share, and comment.
The basement
106
goes down.
Cool Out Radio.
We got 1 minute 40 seconds.
Let me see that.
June, what up, baby?
Hey, what's up?
Willie Coleman.
The man behind
Oh, thank you.
People
You're
doing
doing it over here.
Kimmy Briscoe.
You pull out on the phone.
What up?
People, what's up, boy?
Yeah, BaldHead.
Trying, man. Y'all make
BaldHead,
sure.
what you got going on?
Y'all make sure every Wednesday, gang, BaldHead,
From one hour to the
comedy
next.
shows,
Right.
comedy over the pressure. Come check me out.
And
Subscribe now to my YouTube page. BaldHead
they had to
Friends
sit me right next to an ex-drug dealer. What's up with that?
What?
We'll have it for 1 minute.
Oh, did you hear that? What's up in the house? 106.3 just sitting live with some crazy folks. Man, I know. No, it isn't. No,
You know,
it
she
isn't.
got
I'm just
this
trying to stay up today.
She got two
What?
voices.
Definitely, yeah.
She got two voices.
What's
Do
my
that
two
other
voice?
voice. Do
Yeah,
that.
she got the
Do that
40
white
seconds.
voice.
40
My
seconds.
what?
That white voice.
The
Oh
white
my
voice.
God, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Y'all is crazy.
Y'all say the switch quick.
30 seconds.
Here we go, y'all. Hands up. That's a D.
Ten seconds.
So 106.3 is the basement. Shouts out to Eve. I used to be in love with Eve until I seen that sex tape, and I sort of she fell off from me. I didn't want to see Eve in a sex tape. But shouts out to Eve. I was in love with her. That short hair, that sexiness. I'm gonna be a rough rider. I saw that sex tape, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I was done. All right, right now you're listening to my dude DJ Big Fat Man. We're in the mix. Coming up, I'm gonna tell you how it's a big 3 winning weekend and how you can be a winner. So don't go anywhere, man. Big 3 winning weekend. I got tickets, but right now, It's my man, DJ Big Pat. I'm Johnny Starks, a.k.a. Cool Out. This is Soul 106.3, and we call this The Basement!
Okay, I got a
Nah.
Shaft. Somebody said Shaft was a classic and a good remake.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, my mama said.
That's
My mama
important.
said.
You know why though? You know
Hold on,
why?
hold on. All right, so we were talking about movies that, Hollywood remaking movies, and Sabrina had a comment on her page. Who was it that made the comment, Sabrina?
Debbie Young. She said Shaft was a classic. That was a good remake.
You know why?
You're right. I
Why?
agree with that.
The original Shaft was in it. He took part in a lot of stuff with one of the greatest
you're right.
actors we got right
You're right.
now.
Did he play a part
Samuel
in making that
Jackson.
movie, or was he just in the movie?
He was senior. Right now they got the Shaft one that's out now.
Oh, the one
It's
that
senior.
senior in the middle.
It's senior Shaft senior, the original one.
Is that the one? Is Michael B. Jordan playing the young
Michael B.
Shaft?
Jordan is young Shaft, and dang.
Now that's probably the
Let's call
only
him his
remake that I can say, or not necessarily a remake, but franchise extension, because it wasn't completely a remake. They evolved it, and it was good because the dude who played, what is his name? The actor that played the Puerto Rican guy in that, man, is a heck of an actor.
Peoples.
You're
Look at my
talking to me, this Egyptian
Look at
guy.
You know what?
Because he also played Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
I cannot remember his
Talking
name.
about his first name.
What is his name? What is his name?
I don't know.
What is
Somebody
his
tell
name?
us his
What's
name.
his name? The one they call people.
He played a mission.
What was his acting
He played
I'll
it.
tell you right now.
But he was good,
So
man.
have you been showing
Like, this
on
is
that screen?
Egyptian cotton. I almost cussed, but you know what? You don't know nothing about me. I was like, I didn't know he was black. I just knew he was Puerto Rican.
He does look Dominican.
But
Oh, go ahead.
you know what I'm saying? But what was good about Shaft that I guess they took their time on that script. It was cool, and it wasn't too much. It wasn't too over the top. And
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey
Wright. Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey
Heck of an
Wright.
actor. Heck of an actor. Heck of an actor.
He
Now,
you messed up my shirt, man.
Yeah. When he was using the bathroom while he was talking to Brother. I
Man.
want you to move some stuff from me around your people. Like this dude on the toilet selling drugs. That's bad influence, right?
Right.
You got more comments?
Okay, well, no, we have a Jessica Anderson.
What up, Jessica?
Hey, Jess, she said, I guess she's saying, can y'all talk about how to control your anger in your relationship?
Oh, that's
wait.
good.
Hold on, we were supposed to be talking about these men with these emotions.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Okay,
Jessica,
okay.
we'll come back to that. Okay,
It's
so
my
let
girl.
me get a question.
Eggs in the
We'll
Nature
come back
said
to
something.
that.
She kicked it off real good. She says some guys today have more estrogen than women, and I think the cause of it is lack of fathers, lack of uncles, and these men that's coming up, these guys that's coming up now. A woman that tell me, look, it's over with, I'm done.
Well, define.
And then he'll come to her work. I need to
BaldHead,
talk to you again.
BaldHead, define when you say men have more estrogen. Like, define it to the audience so they understand what you're saying. What do you mean? Are you
It's
trying to say
more-
men are soft now?
Yeah, they're soft, they're emotional, they can't take women telling them no, they can't take a breakup,
Wow.
they stalkers. It's way more. If you drive in the neighborhood in the middle of the night and look in the bushes, it's a lot of dudes waiting for chicks to come outside.
But you know what? I totally agree because you know what? I feel like that's what the show Fatal Attraction on TV1 is predicated on, right? Like the
I've never
dude-
seen that.
Have you? Oh my God, I'm obsessed. with
Men
it.
don't watch that.
But no, because
Real
it's
men
all
don't.
about how y'all crazy and how y'all, you know what I'm saying, trick
Okay.
women into doing, and then they end up killing them. They always end up killing the woman.
Okay.
And these are real life stories. And my thing is, there are so many signs that like you probably shouldn't be with this dude. And people be like, yeah, but he just a thug. He loved me until he turned that thug on you.
Thugs ain't thugs no more.
What are they?
Thugs ain't thugs no more. Thugs.
What are they?
When a thug start needing a hug, it start being a shame.
When a thug
Yeah,
needs-
don't no real thug, don't no real thug, don't no real
thug.
thug, don't no real hoodlum need no hug.
Hold on.
He's gonna be a man. He gonna take it. He gonna suck it in.
I
You know what I'm
can't,
saying?
I can't say if I completely agree
I
that all
mean,
men.
What-
all men need hugs. Come on.
Let me just say this. I can't say if I completely agree that men are softer. Now, I do think that what probably is happening is that the situations that are occurring, we don't know how to handle our emotions. Because
So that's-
everything, we're not soft, but it's taking everything personal. Like, you're getting offended. Like, we're in a sensitive society nowadays. Like, you can't joke about somebody, especially in this business, and without saying sorry, because then they'll hold you to the fire. You're saying
Yeah.
thing. It's like, we've gotten too sensitive about everything. Right now, we're in a society where people treat their dogs like children. There was a time when we would just open the door, the dog would go out, and he would come back. But now, if you don't have a leash or if something happens to a dog, they're mad at you because you treated this dog unlike a person.
Man,
but at
dogs,
the same time, you're eating burgers and goats and food.
Yeah.
You eat your animals.
Bro.
So you can't pick and choose. I think we live in a hypocritical society.
dogs got last names now.
Yeah, they do.
Dogs got last names.
Yeah, the dogs got medical cards.
And insurance.
They do.
And
They
insurance.
Look, I love
Yeah.
a dog just as
Right.
much as the next person, but there's a point where it's like it's too much. You know what I'm saying? They buying, they taking dogs on vacations with them, and now they're comfort animals. Like,
Leaving the states to
So,
their dog
yeah.
and their deaths.
to me, I will say that everybody's too sensitive, but I don't
They
think
do.
black
They
women are
do.
too soft.
Well, you
man.
okay? So I might be using the wrong word, but you ask these women when they say certain stuff to a man, and he just goes berserk.
Okay, now I'm glad you said this. So here's where we're gonna go with that. I want you guys to think, ladies and gentlemen, our guest, 1063 Soul 1063 in the basement. I'm cool out. This is the podcast and TV show in the break. So I'm about to get real with our guests, BaldHead, Al Ponder, and Sabrina Childers. All right. Now I want you guys to be perfectly honest. All right. I want you to go back to a time when somebody of the opposite sex said something to you that hurt your feelings. What was it they said?
Relationship wise, or you talking about parent?
Period. It could be relationship wise. Let's keep it within the relationship wise. I don't want you to say anything that your mom may not want you to be out here. Like, I ain't never told you that. Stop lying, boy.
Now,
But yes, go ahead, Sabrina.
we gotta get back to
Oh, and then we got another.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What was Tommy real fast?
Jessica's question was,
Okay.
being in a relationship, how you control your anger in a relationship.
Now,
Men in a relationship.
Now,
I guess.
I think it's just time. I dated a girl.
She needs to pick better.
Hold on. But if she just talking about with men, if she talking about
No,
with
she
men,
just said relationships. Talk about how to control your anger in your
I know
relationship.
some women who get seriously combative. I dated a girl, and she would always get really angry, like wanted to fight. And she was standing like 5'1", and I'm 6'2", and I'm like, what are you gonna do? Why? But she could not control it. And she said she does. I remember her saying this, I don't know why I'm so angry. And
Really?
she was like, I don't know why I'm so angry. But I felt that it was my duty to try to help her understand that, because that anger would channel into her child. She would yell, shut up, sit down. And I'd be like, yo, relax. But a lot of times, the anger issue, in my opinion, and we would need probably some psychologists to sort of validate this, but the anger is really about just calming down and knowing that you have a problem overreacting so that you can underreact purposely, because everything that happens in anger can be dissipated, and that's with information. As you get more information, your anger can be turned around.
3 minutes,
Then you
cool out.
realize, oh, wait a minute, I didn't really have to be angry. You ever get mad at something, and then once you find out what happened, you're like, oh, your anger's changed. Because usually we get mad is reactionary. So if you stop and think, and then honestly, some people have anger problems. They need to be in some type of counseling. And a lot of us are angry on the streets. You have a road rage, like you ever drive in rush hour?
Yeah.
It is like a automobile war zone. They don't care. And nowadays they will shoot because they're so mad. It's
I feel like
crazy.
anger management helps.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does. It help me.
Let me tell you why.
let
You want angry,
me
Sabrina?
tell you. Like, listen, Al will tell you that I am.
Al is the husband, right?
Yeah, he can be
Okay, I
out
thought you
there.
were talking about Al.
I was
next
gonna
to
say.
me.
No, you know
Like,
what?
I told
She tell me too.
You
but
was
see, there you go. No, but it's one of those things where, like, it because I have gone through it. Now I know when like the Hulk. You know what I'm saying? The Hulk always tell you, like, in the movie, he always say, "Oh, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I try to stay calm because you can recognize within yourself, like, the signs or the feelings or emotions before it happens, and then you remove yourself from the situation as best you can. You know what I'm saying? As best you can in whatever situation you're in, or find some way to deal with it. So yeah, I got kickboxing on Monday at 6:45.
So that's how you deal with your anger.
I took anger management in the best
Are you
best
angry,
place.
dude? Go ahead, real talk.
No, really. I'm
All
not.
drug dealers.
I'm not-
Like,
I'm
I was gonna say, don't let them
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I wasn't always a comedian, so.
Okay.
But I've always been funny. But I took anger management in the penitentiary, and it did not work.
Hold on.
I still was mad when I got the certificate. I said, "Hey, I'm still mad.
Hey, I mean, hold on. But you said
I can
you
make
were
you not mad.
You were in the penitentiary
I
before?
was locked up for 4.5 years in Minnesota Correctional Facility.
Wow. So what was it for drugs?
Drugs and guns.
So now, see, I want to ask so much
1
more.
minute,
So many more. Let me do this break. There's so many more questions we got to get to, you guys. I had never known that, but thank you for, it changed you. You're one of the positive statistics coming out of there, as opposed to a lot of them, because a lot of cats, they're going back in.
I ain't going back because they like to be in relationships.
I know a brother. I know a brother who got caught selling drugs, went to jail, came out, and started selling drugs again as if they weren't going to notice that he sold drugs before he got jail, and then wound up going back to jail. It's like, yo, you're not thinking, like, really, that easy money could be a question. Real talk. Let me do this break. How much time do I got on? Let me see the sheet.
You got the sheet. But it's just that I'm bringing you in over there. We fade now.
Oh, this is the end of the mix?
Yeah.
Okay. Stand by, guy. Yeah, DJ Big Pat, who looks like Sweet Pea from Baby Boy. He does, man. Shouts out to my dude, man. Dope mix, man. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. All right, coming up next is my man DJ Debo. I call him the Renaissance mixer. Like, you can tell he has a certain feel on his mixes, man. All right, I got tickets for you guys, man. Here's the number, 7739289230, 7739289230. In the studio, if you are not watching the live feed, you guys are missing some good stuff. I have found out that BaldHead used to be angry.
Still is.
And used to make chocolate chip cookies. I mean, I'm learning a lot about
What?
learning Al, who is a law enforcement official. She lost her virginity at 16 years old. Yeah, right about the same time LL made that song.
In a gas station in Stony Island.
And with Sabrina, we learned that she's angry, that she takes kickboxing now. At 40 years old, I don't know who she's going to fight, but she needs to, get that anger out. And salute to her husband, who probably has been the victim of a roundhouse kick once.
No!
But we're in the basement. You guys have got to hear what's going on, man. We all go to Cool Out Radio with a K, KOOLOUT Radio on Facebook. You can see the live feed. But these tickets, we are ready for these tickets, man. It's a Big 3 winning weekend. Ice Cube Big 3 makes his return to Chicago Saturday, August 3rd at the All-State Arena. Want you guys to come check out the return of Bulls greats. Remember Carlos Boozer?
Mm-hmm.
Nate Robinson, Eddie Curry, Brian Scalabrine. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right.
Scalabrini.
Oh, Scalabrini. I can never say his name right. CJ Watson, Chicago legend, Quentin Richardson. I remember Quentin was dating Brandy at one time. We was at the club, and Brandy was twerking. I was like, that's not the Brandy from the TV show. She ain't nothing like what I seen on TV. But shout out to Brandy and Quentin Richardson. You can catch the Big 3 live on CBS every weekend, all summer long. The Big 3 tickets are on sale now for as low as $35. All right? Now, here's the deal. You can win yourself a pair of tickets if you're the 10th caller right now, 7739289230. But to win these tickets, you have got to have a good answer for the question that I am going to ask you. And I'm not going to tell you what the question is, so just get ready, all right? I'm Johnny Starks, a.k.a. Cool Out. Number again is 7739289230. I got Big 3 tickets for you, all right? This is the basement on Soul 106.3.
Yeah.
Woo!
I want the tickets.
Let me
Call
be real
in the 10th caller.
My husband walking around right now with a broken foot.
7739289230.
Because of what?
A tree fell on his
Big 3
foot.
tickets.
Oh,
Call
no.
You sat on
did
it.
roundhouse.
No, I'm gonna tell you. No,
You did.
She didn't no, she didn't roundhouse kick him. She did a roundhouse practicing. Fell on the broke that man.
We got law.
Okay, well, we Cool Out. This is songs,
What time can I
And
explain?
we
I got you.
children in the building.
All right, so
How you You know what?
Kick
I know,
out,
right? Child, children,
She's so
child,
childish.
everything.
Hold up.
Oh, one second, guys. Hey, guys.
Talk just a little low.
Yes, so you got this one. So we got to kick out. Love's gonna get you KRS-One.
That out.
And then a comment.
Okay.
Running slow.
All right,
You want Nick to text me and let me know what you want me to do.
Let me go ahead and segue into this.
Yeah. We'll take the winner call. All right.
You gonna give him a tease on what the question gonna
No,
be?
can't tease you on what the question is. Why do I look fat, man? That's it. I'm going on a diet. No more sugar, man.
You good, bro? You good,
I look like
bro.
I'm security. Look at this, man.
Hey man, you fat man.
Thank you. Thank you, BaldHead, for keeping it real. I appreciate it.
I'm not gonna tell you ain't that man. Checking you out.
I appreciate the honesty.
And then you be tripping.
We got one.
Super producer.
Oh, the question. I'm not telling you the question. No, I'm not telling you the
No,
question.
you
They got
gotta
to
tell them the
call.
question. They gotta call. They go.
Yeah.
You give them time. You tell them the question. They give them time. They go search.
Yes.
You what I told you, but they be telling the kids, Google it.
I got some calls. Hold on, here we go. Let's take these calls now. Let's take these calls. I got to turn my headphones on. I got you, bro. Let's see. And if it's good, you guys decide if it's good or not, okay? All right.
Hold on.
So 1063, who this be?
Hold on.
Are we recording? Is that new?
Go ahead, talk to him.
So 1063, who this be? Hello?
Oh, cause hold on.
Oh, you tell me. That's Boxville. So 1063, who's this? Hello?
No, I think because it's like because they mics up. I think that's
What's up, Pops?
No, the mics wouldn't. Well, yeah, you may mic.
All right, phone record.
Hello, so 1063.
Damn.
Is this
They on there though. They on there.
Hello, so 1063. Oh, let me figure this out. I know what's going on.
Longest podcast I've ever done.
Just tell us, right?
Yeah, tell us it's already set.
Okay. Yeah, an audition.
Go to 1063. Cool.
So 1063, who's this?
Like the page. Yeah, I'm good, Pops. I'm going to the.
And they're on
this.
the right. Which one did you get?
Go see Mama.
Oh, shit. So 1063, who's this? All right.
Man,
I'm in utilities.
You in utilities, so that's what we need.
They not up. They don't have to be up to talk here. Don't put them on air.
Oh yeah, I know that because they once as long as it's not programmed, they know that.
So 1063, who this?
I don't know. We was having issues with D-Nice shit too, though.
He couldn't take calls.
Man, we couldn't get it on. We couldn't get it right on there.
It should be as long as we tell them.
Let me see something.
Oh my goodness.
So 1063, who's this? So 1063. Hello? I hear something. Hello?
Keisha must. Something to call. Okay, Pop, I got you.
Anyway, go like, share, follow the page.
Damn, man. I don't know what it could be. None of this really needs to be. Yeah. Utilities
The
fees.
basement.
Anyway.
Hello, is that on? Give me that call.
I had it set for recording mode when it's on air. Like
Set.
that.
Hello. So, hello. Can you hear me? So 106.3.
I got you before you went on air.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know you had to be on. You can turn. My mic shit don't have to be on.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah. That's because it's in utility mode recording on that anyway though.
So tape.
And then putting it on, that just shuts it down. So,
Right, so where's our power at?
Hold on.
So 106.3, who this?
This is Patty.
Hey, Patty!
Hey!
All right, Patty, you got a chance to win these big 3 tickets. You ready?
Yes.
All right. So now, the only way you win these tickets, your answer has got to be good and truthful, and the basement family will determine if you win or not, okay?
That's right.
Okay.
All right. So here's the question, Patty. I want you to go back, way back, and tell us something that the opposite sex said to you that was hurtful. Could be an ex-boyfriend. What did they say? And we can tell if you're lying, Patty.
Co-worker.
That was hurtful.
That was hurtful. It hurt your feelings.
I got a story that hurt me today.
Go ahead.
It was today, and that's go way back. I'm gonna tell you about today.
Okay.
So I got a girlfriend I've been with for 25. It'll be 25 years in October.
Wow.
Okay. So this is what was said. I was cleaning the yard.
Okay.
So I asked her for a trash bag.
A trash bag. Okay.
A trash bag. This is what I'm telling you. I asked about the trash bag. I went out and bought a lawnmower so I could cut the grass, first of all.
Okay.
Yeah, I get these trash bags with the lawnmower. Then I rented the lawnmower first, then it didn't work. So they gave me trash bags when I rented the lawnmower. But after the lawnmower didn't work, I went back and bought a lawnmower. She's gonna ask me, where was the trash bag that I had? So I asked her for a trash bag. She said, I said, you got trash bag, right? She goes and says, yeah, but that's for my trash. I said, so you telling me I can't have no damn trash bag?
Okay.
That's what she said.
That's
You
what she
never
said.
realized that I got everything.
Maybe I asked the wrong question. That just wasn't.
You see, so you mad because she didn't give you no trash?
You argue with me. You told me you got everything. Everything. Toilet paper, laundry detergent, everything.
So you were hurt? You were hurt from that?
I was devastated. What do you mean?
You were devastated about it?
I told you she got everything. You don't
Patty, earlier today we were talking about how the population is too sensitive. I think you fell into that particular percentile. I don't think they're going to give you these tickets with that, Patty. I'm sorry, Patty. I love you. I'm going to give you a hug. Keep listening.
And get some.
That's fine, but I want to tell you.
Did you get the bags? Did you get those bags?
You kept saying, who's this? I won't say who's this.
Right, we were trying to get some technical stuff. Together.
I think it was because my phone couldn't get, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's been going on with that.
Okay, I got you.
I got 99,000 stories.
Well, we don't got time for 99,000 stories, Patty. I got to go to the next caller.
Just leave her alone. Just leave her alone and come back to us, Patty.
All
Leave her
right.
alone and come back to us,
All
Patty.
right.
Thank you, Patty.
Thanks, Patty.
Okay. Woo, that was a terrible story. Oh, my God.
Worst-
Hey, we found out what the issue was with the box program.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
the only
okay.
matter.
All right, let's try this again. Let me try another question. Give me another call. Go give me another call. Go ahead.
If they come to the fam.
Oh, we had a gang of callers.
Yeah, I know. Damn, they gonna come back though.
I just told y'all go ahead and
Yeah,
call
okay.
back.
All right. That's what I gotta remember right away. The little simple thing. Soon as we go to the phone call, you gotta stop the live stream. As far as like at this, well, we're gonna have the control room gonna come right back on and keep it low. But I don't, you know what I mean? Like can't get too loud, so we get knocked off. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right, we gotta call
We gotta
two
call.
callers.
Hold on.
Okay, here we go. All right, ready? Soul 106.3, who this be?
Al.
Shouts out. Soul 106.3, who is this?
This is Al.
Al, hold on. Al, is this Sabrina's husband, Al?
Yeah, the broke leg Al.
Al, since you're one of the guest husbands, you can't win these tickets. But I want to tell you, man, you have my sympathy being married that long with Sabrina. You get a medal of honor, brother. You get a. Did she break your foot? Tell the truth. Okay. Okay.
Look, she do that advantage with it.
That's what's up, Al. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man.
We're gonna keep you in our prayers.
Keep you in our prayers. All right, you got the phone. Soul 106.3, who's this? Hey, oh, Jocelyn, you sound like you're relaxed and enjoying yourself today. How are you?
She's awesome.
All right, I got a chance for you to win these Ice Cube Big 3 tickets that's going down August 3rd at the All-State Arena. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, all you have to do is answer the question, and we will determine if your answer is good enough, but you have to be honest. We can tell if you're telling the story, okay?
Well, that's fine.
Okay, so Jocelyn, tell us one time when you hurt a boyfriend's feelings or broke up with him wrong.
That I hurt his feelings or he hurt mine.
Okay, how did he hurt yours?
He had a baby on me.
Oh, well,
Wait. When you say had a baby on you, he literally sat on you and had a baby. Explain it.
No, crazy. No, what it was, we had been together for like, I want to say, I was like 17 when we first got together.
Okay.
We had the baby and I was like, we turned to like 23, so we had been together like 6-7 years.
And then he had the baby during the relationship.
During the relationship, yeah.
You couldn't just love the baby? You didn't stay together with him?
Let me ask you this. When he had that baby, was that?
Because it was my first love, and it should have been my child, but it wasn't. But I mean, you cheated on me, and you had a family with somebody else. So no, there was no love in that.
Let me ask you something. Was the baby that he had on you, not the mother, was the baby cute?
Baby, what?
Was the baby cute?
Cute?
Yes. Was it a cute? Was it a beautiful child? Was it a cute kid?
No.
What type of man would have a baby with a woman?
Johnson, we got a lot of phone calls. I don't got a lot of time to go through that. But I'm going to say that I empathize with you being in a relationship and somebody had a child on you. But I don't know, is that strong enough for her to win these Big 3 tickets?
No.
They do that every day.
Huh? Now, had you said something like he had a baby with your sister, or maybe you and his mother was dating, you'd have got them tickets on.
He went full on Maury on you, girl.
No.
He went full on Maury.
All right, well, you know what? Out of love, because you're listening to the show, I'll make an accommodations.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Did he ever give you an STD?
Oh. Did you do what? I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Did he ever give you an STD?
No.
Oh, well, you don't deserve these tickets. You ain't went through nothing.
No. Okay, we can't. Yeah, try again. That's all I can say, Johnson.
I ain't trying to get y'all trying to get those.
No. Wait, that is my job to be nosy. But I need good content for you to win these tickets. But that, as the audience has.
No. I did not feel nothing juicy for the light music.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
All right, who will you spill something juicy for?
What was it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Art.
They gotta be the Mega Million tickets. I probably feel something juicy about that.
That's just emotional prostituting. No. Mm-mm.
What about some R. Kelly tickets?
Hell no.
Y'all are terrible. I gotta get to the next caller, Jocelyn. Thank you, sweetie. All right, bye-bye. Y'all, let me do this call for you.
Cool out, man.
He put his tongue all over me.
He call in every week. He goes, cool out.
He said he wanted to put his request in.
I couldn't hear what he was saying. I couldn't hear what he was saying. Let's jump. Yes, I'm trying to go. I'm gonna hit Aaron again up and say, yo, we still ain't found a juicy story yet. 773-928-9230. What's my break time for?
Man, I gotta get this legal ID in. It's 30 seconds long. I could bring after we play that legal. I could bring you in. After
Who we on? We on Bo? Who we on? Right? DJ Bo, right?
Debo.
Okay, so 723.
Yeah, I'm about to go for the legal ID.
Okay. So after that mix, I'll resell it. So we still ain't found a juicy story.
No,
Let me edit this story real fast.
Go ahead, man.
Excuse me, let me edit this call real fast, guys.
I'm trying to think of a juicy story. I mean, you know, the win the tick. Let me think. I can't win them, but.
Shouts out. So, 01063, who is this?
You don't want to self-incriminate. You don't want to self-incriminate.
Yeah,
I feel
right. I mean, I can think of
Right.
I can't even
I don't know if I want to say all that.
Is this?
Yeah.
I can't believe you, jerk. Like, oh, you got another call?
So 1063, who's this?
You guys gotta probably be a little bit quiet when I do phone calls. Oh,
Sorry, I thought you was participating.
yeah, I mean, y'all are participating, but
No, he's talking about
you're on the call, but y'all over loud. Okay.
So 1063, who's this?
Y'all gonna try to call it when these tickets later on, not right now. Quick find the winner, so we can still have those big three.
Hey, oh, Jocelyn, you sound like you're relaxed and enjoying yourself today. How are you? All right, I got a chance to win these Ice Cube Big 3 tickets. That's going down August 3rd at the All-State Arena. You ready? Okay, all you have to do is answer the question, and we will determine if your answer is good enough. But you have to be honest. We can tell if you're telling the story, okay? Okay, so Jocelyn,
in the
tell
building.
us one time
Wait, I was like, what's the most beautiful?
when you hurt a boyfriend's feelings or broke up with him wrong.
I know.
Okay, how did he hurt yours? Ooh. Wait, okay, wait. When you say had a baby on you, he literally sat on you and had a baby. Explain it. Ooh. Wait, okay, wait. When you say had a baby on you, he literally sat on you and had a baby. Explain it.
Sexy things, but I do get a lot of compliments though from men. And if you can't handle it like that, you can wait for me on the side of the road. She's gonna give you a free ride home.
And then he had the baby during the relationship.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, he looked like a serial killer.
You couldn't just love the baby. You couldn't just love the. Let me ask you something.
You know what?
The baby cute.
She went through nothing that's like above average. If he would have burnt her up, burnt the girl,
Oh, that was the
and
last.
had a baby, burnt the two chicks, had a baby on, that's tragic. Gotta go to the hospital.
When I'm on mic.
Gotta get that medicine, and you know this other chick having a baby and the same STD. Traumatized.
You couldn't just love the baby.
You had a baby on.
The baby.
An ugly relationship. He cheated with an ugly chick. Normal. That's what men supposed to cheat with. They supposed to cheat with. Yeah, supposed to cheat with other chicks. You know why? Listen.
We did you say
The
the other
baby during the relationship.
You really go.
Excuse me. Get something juicy first. Who will you spend? Who will you spend? No prostitute, no.
I see this is science for you, right?
Next caller, Jonathan. Thank you. Y'all are terrible. I gotta get to the next caller, Jonathan.
This nigga got me laughing. That was shut up. He got me laughing.
Okay. You asked it.
All day.
Mother was dating you. On you, but I don't know. Is that strong enough for with you being in a relationship and somebody got a lot of time to go through it? But I'm going to say that I empathize with you being in a because I don't got a lot of time to we got a lot of phone calls.
Y'all on here right now. Follow, go to YouTube, follow my YouTube page, BaldHead and Friends Podcast. I'm gonna sign off here. It's too long. We're doing all podcasts. Go to BaldHead and Friends Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe right now.
But I'm going to say that I empathize with you being in a relationship and somebody had a child on you. But I don't know. Is that strong enough for her to win these big 3 tickets, guys? Now, had you said something like, was dating, you got a full on more. Right, well, you know what? I'll make the accommodations.
Like, follow page, y'all. Follow page. What's the question right now? Can you tell us about the time?
So 1063, who's this? Hey, oh, Jocelyn, you sound like you're relaxed and enjoying yourself today. How are you? All right, I got a chance for you to win these Ice Cube Big 3 tickets. That's going down August 3rd at the All-State Arena. You ready? Okay, all you have to do is answer the question, and we will determine if your answer is good enough, but you have to be honest. We can tell if you're telling the story, okay? Okay, so Jocelyn, tell us one time when you hurt a boyfriend's feelings or broke up with him wrong. You hurt a boyfriend's feelings or broke up with him wrong. Okay, how did he hurt yours? Ooh. Wait. When you say had a baby on you, he literally sat on you and had a baby. Explain it. Okay. When you say how did he hurt yours? Okay, how did he hurt yours? Okay. And then he had the baby during the relationship? Jocelyn, we got a lot of phone calls. I don't got a lot of time to go through it. But I'm going to say that I empathize with you being in a relationship and somebody had a child on you. But I don't know, is that strong enough for her to win these big 3 tickets, guys?
Y'all pray for me and I pray for y'all. Peace out.
Stand by, guys.